Don't.
Livy, do we have like the same brain?
Yes,
Because
you're
we
both
both
tieflings.
picked tieflings for the first campaign, and we
Is she a
both
druid
picked
too?
No, she's a
birds for the
cleric, but
side
she's a
campaign.
tiefling.
Oh.
She's a tiefling cleric, which is as
Baby.
close to being the same as you can get.
Whoops.
Nuh-uh.
So we
The
Not a
both picked
tiefling
fucking
druid.
tieflings.
you're telling me
One's
that
red, one's blue.
okay, but the difference between druid and cleric is where their magic comes from.
Jesus.
Other than that, they're
Mine
the
comes
same
from Jesus.
goddamn
That's like-
thing.
That's like saying that the magic that a sorcerer and a wizard have come from the same place.
Yep.
They don't. One comes from a book, Val. God.
I'm going to strike you.
Yeah, one comes from
The
a
other
leaf
comes
and
from
one
their
comes
father's
from God.
testicles, because that's where winners
That's,
are.
that's what I was just gonna say. The other one comes from Daddy's load.
Because the long time ago, a dragon, a giant, a storm, or something raped one of your ancestors, and now you have magic powers.
And I'm okay with it. I'm not a sorcerer, so I can't say that. But
By the way, Livy, did you want to just class change in that one, or did you want to do...
I
Oh.
don't know. I might stick with it.
Dedication.
Don't
I
let Val
believe in
bully
you.
into it.
if Marisha can do it, you can too.
Ugh.
Fair.
Yeah, and let's
Fair.
be fair.
I love Marisha.
She did not play a good druid. She just played a druid. Up until
She's-
the end game, she was practically useless.
No, she played a really good druid sometimes, and then the other time she was too busy trying to do cool shit.
Yeah.
That's something that whole group of... Oh, here, I can just put it in this one. That's something that the
Also-
whole group of them suffer from greatly.
Trying to be too cool.
Especially in campaign 1, was they would be like, I want to do
Yeah.
this, like, they'd all be trying to do this thing that would stop it, and they'd use, like, 30 turns and not attack anything.
I am
And then be like, you know, I
so
can't
mad at
really-
Scanlan.
Why?
So mad at Scanlan. I bawled my eyes out like a little fucking bitch. He comes back
Oh,
like a little fucking shit and
Oh.
then leaves.
she got to that part.
And now we're stuck with Tyrion.
Who is the best
He will
character
grow
in the
on you.
history of
I
Critical
promise
Role?
you.
Don't you
I
dare
kind
insult
of
Tyrion.
love him. I've seen the fan art of him and it's so funny what people have done with the fan art.
He's
Oh, God.
amazing. I fucking love Tyrion.
He's such a little, oh my god.
Exactly.
But I was,
Dude,
it's
take
like,
this down.
yo, I just cried for 20 minutes over Scanlan for you to have been a sneaky little bastard and made a
Like
new
Legos?
character that nobody else knew about, obviously, because that's the point. But like, bruh,
Like,
Tyrion Darrington.
Tyrion
EMD?
Darrington. Let's Terry on.
Yeah, let's Tyrion. I love that he just hires them to have an adventure. All right, guys, I sent you a link and nobody's in it now.
computer's
where
not-
do I
What?
find this link?
Go to your direct messages, and it's from that call we had last week.
Got it.
It'll be in that direct messages.
There. I did
And
think
Kendra, I
that.
sent you one to yours like
What about
directly, so
You sent who to what?
I sent one to Kendra directly because I was gonna do it just one at a time, and then I was like, "This is stupid. This is right here," and I just
I
sent it
have
to.
to. Here, I got it. I'll text it to you.
Okay.
It's gonna take Livy a second because I gotta get on my Discord on my phone and then text it to her.
It's okay. Livy likes being a problem.
I do.
Your phone doesn't like Discord, or you just not have it on there?
I just don't have it. I don't remember like my login stuff,
Oh,
and I'm just lazy
makes
and
sense.
don't care.
I feel that. I feel that.
Oh wait,
That's me with
Don't click
Facebook
that
Messenger,
link
but
I
it's
sent.
because I really hate Facebook Messenger that I don't have it on my phone. But I just installed it because it's the only way I can get a hold of one
Yeah.
person.
I used to hate Facebook Messenger because it pissed me off, and then we got that Verizon Messenger, and I didn't know what hate was.
Right?
If it wasn't for the stickers and Circe's ass, I would have an issue. My background is Siri.
I'm the paladin. Showing this character. Cree!
Free!
Sawyer. Kree, the Aarakocra Barbarian,
Campaign
Toyer, a
selection,
Luxodon Paladin,
This
and the
one.
Worshipper of Fred, Bob.
Bob.
Not to forget about Kura, the Antonio Banderas of our adventure.
Have you heard of our Lord and
Did
Savior,
you hear her?
Fred?
She just came a little
I will
bit.
drop you off on the farm right now.
Fuck.
Oh, I'm gonna love
Oh,
that shit.
I just spit all over my phone.
Did you ever link it to your Google account?
Bob, where are you?
I'm right here. Ooh, I was about to say something bad.
I meant in D&D Beyond.
You are on Twitch.
Dude, I
I don't
have
really
to
care.
figure out my
I'm
login.
I'm just teasing. It's fine.
I have one viewer.
Talking
It's
about that.
probably me.
Dick!
I always forget
Deek.
that
Deek.
this counts. Just
How many E's do you need?
odd.
I wasn't
No.
raised to make fun of your terrible accent and vernacular rhetoric, so I'm just gonna
We have the same accent and vernacular rhetoric.
shut up, Southern
Except
boy.
I speak with a slur.
What, you think because you spent the first 19, 22 years of your life up here that you're not just a Texas boy?
No, the accent never goes away.
Yes.
I mean,
Trust me, I hear it every fucking day I speak. I still sound northerner.
Well, of course you do.
It's not even a southern
I'm gonna
accent
shove a shotgun.
or a Texan accent.
Well, no, because Texas is hard.
Y'all know what? If y'all think I have a Texan accent, then I'm gonna start talking with a fucking Texan accent, you hear?
There you go.
I don't hear any difference from your normal
there,
speech.
that's what I-
You're an asshole, Taryn.
Oops. This is Mary.
Taryn, have you ever heard me talk after I have a conversation with my biological father?
No,
I pick up
maybe.
his southern drawl every damn time. Except
That
I
one's
never
really
say my
easy
name
to fall
Kendra.
into.
Kendra?
Kendra.
I could
My name's
swim.
Kendra.
Can't swim.
Kendra?
Did I write swim?
No, I thought that's what it said. Swing.
Oh, swing.
Look at
Well,
the
you
picture.
guys might end up
Context
swimming.
clues. I can do sports. That's true. I can run. Also true.
No, you were not good at any of those things.
I can run like a
Talking
fucking
about
champ
that.
now. For 8 years in the army teaches you how to do some things really good, like drink.
Yeah,
and
especially
run.
when you're getting shot at.
What am I doing here?
I mean, whatever gets you off, Brian.
Did you
Oh,
click that
yeah.
link?
You know all my care.
Cool. Get out of it and then click back into it.
Okay,
Because you have to
843-926
link to the
004.
go to creations.
5301.
I'm sorry, where is this?
Right there. From my characters. Right, it would be my camera.
Okay, I think I'm in.
I like.
Think you're gonna what?
I think I am in.
Oh, on D&D
That's
Beyond.
what he said.
Oh,
What?
it is. Hey, look at Bob. Bob Maelstrom.
Look at that link I sent you again. You're sending.
Yeah, I'm not the last one. Ha ha.
I think
That's
I was
good.
the first one.
That's because Livy is having some technical difficulties.
Early bird gets the worm. I get
Ha!
Ha!
squawk.
Free!
It's the same thing I just did on my computer.
I know,
But with her boyfriend, she can be early or late. It really doesn't matter. If she wants it, she'll probably get it.
What?
The worm.
This is not working.
Lately, I have been getting. Never mind.
Lot of worm.
I'm too tired. Which is my line.
Well, you just have to lay there. I mean,
Point. He too tired.
There
I mean, you
Lame.
both just have to lay there.
It's better if one has epilepsy. You don't even have to do anything.
oh, I have one of the kids I cleaned the room, like his special room for, has that, and he's getting real bad.
That was a joke in very poor taste.
I get called
I
into the
mean-
office today, and they're like, "You need to make sure you're,
Nothing
mopping
you're
the
done
floor
with
every day because his seizures are getting worse and he's starting to have accidents." Like I do.
that. Yeah.
I
That
can
poor
close
kid.
out this.
Well, no, you need your character sheet.
Gotten real bad.
Do I? Are we going back?
He
to
went
the
from
main
having like
topic
one every
No.
couple weeks
Tony
now
is-
a couple a day.
Tony is lacking in
Shit.
his presence here.
It's because Tony hates my DMing.
I haven't
Where
been
the
able to
fuck
get a
is
hold
that?
of Tony. Usually he'll at least answer like direct messages. Nope. I've tried like
That's
3 separate times to fucking
Fully
get a hold of this.
modded.
He didn't like how I DM'd the T scene, and now it's over.
He hasn't even seen my messages for
Well, no, he's still stuck in
since the
traffic.
17th.
Is he alive?
I don't know.
That's a
He's
legitimate
lost.
question.
Downtown city that I will not disclose.
Yeah, let's not talk about where Tony
St.
lives
Paul.
on a live stream.
Springfield.
Minneapolis, New York.
Pretty well. First off, he said St.
Which is-
Paul.
Just down the road. Well, yeah.
Also, did not give a state. Also,
But I was going to say
Alaska.
which is just down the road from Paris, Georgia. But my geography real good.
There's a Paris, Texas.
Yep.
I know because I've done work there.
There's a Hinkley,
Yeah.
Georgia. That's where Hinkley bottled
done a
water
lot.
comes from.
Actually, I think a majority of my income at my last job was done in Texas. Harris, Texas was one of my favorites. They
Well,
spent
you
a
do
lot
look
of
good
money.
in cowboy boots. I can imagine you making a lot of money there.
I did McDonald's signs, Taryn. It wasn't glorious. Okay, I coordinated McDonald's projects and made a shit ton of money off of people who bought signs from my company.
Nice.
And then I downgraded. Well, I didn't really downgrade. I was fucking miserable. I took a pay
started
cut to
working
be
for
happier.
Wendy's?
What was that?
Instead of downgrade, you started working for Wendy's.
I did work for Wendy's too. Wendy's, McDonald's, and Arby's. I coordinated sign projects for them when they remodeled.
I'm really jaded against Wendy's, and it's not Wendy's fault. It's just my first experience was less than stellar, and it's never been I'm not willing to give them much of a second chance.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right. I
do
forgot you were
Arby's,
traumatized by squares.
Whoa.
I worked at
Whoa.
White Castle. I'm not traumatized by squares.
No, but the
Okay.
Wendy's
Oh,
in
yeah, I
our town
forgot
was
you worked that way.
not good.
We did not have
But the
one.
first
That's
time I
right.
had Wendy's was at the Vegas airport. Now, 80% of the Vegas airport is the best airport in the United States of America.
If you
I'm
like
guessing that Wendy's
absolute
wasn't
catastrophe,
No, it's fantastic. It's easy to
not
get
bad.
around in. There's a shit ton of stuff to do.
it's not bad.
Could
I
be
just don't like spending
Chicago
my time at
O'Hare.
airports.
Yeah, I hate O'Hare with a passion.
Everyone hates O'Hare.
But
Never
but
been.
the other 20% of Vegas is like way the fuck off in no man's land for some reason, and you can't get out of it without going through or back into it without going through customs twice.
Hmm.
And so, on my way back from Portland when I was visiting Robert, I get stuck in that
Right.
side for some dumb reason. And there's 3 places to eat. There's a club bar, which if you're not a member of, costs astronomical prices.
Yep.
There's a really fancy steakhouse, which costs astronomical prices, and there's Wendy's. The standard
line.
medium number 1 on their menu costs $17.90 something.
yeah,
So it was like
you're in-
$21 without after taxes.
You're in a Las Vegas airport.
You know what? I can go to the normal part of the airport, and it's not expensive. Not more than any other airport. And you know what? You know what a Wendy's burger and fries is not worth? $20.
Nope. I
A
can't
Wendy's
think of
burger
any
isn't
fast
worth
food that's
the
worth
normal
$20.
price. If that's what fresh, never frozen tastes like, it sucks.
Oh my.
It was airport food.
Yeah, but there's so many good places to eat at the Vegas airport, and I couldn't go to any of them because I was just marooned, and then I lost a bunch of money gambling.
Well, whose fault?
And
is that?
who
Sounds
won
like a you
it
problem.
back and then some, and then who lost the rest of it?
I think you won like $2 in total, but
No,
you and then
no.
Jaren
I got
Terrace.
you up like 25. I almost doubled what you put in. Dickhole.
I put in a 20.
And I brought you up so far.
Yeah,
And I'm
you
like,
guys lost most of it. You got back to 0, and then you won another $5.
I brought you guys back up.
That's what I said. You brought us back to 0,
did.
and then got us to like 5, and then they
You
lost
guys lost it all again. Your
it all.
fault.
I wasn't the one gambling it.
You put the money in, you started it.
Because you said that we'd call it even on the $10 plus $10 towards future installments.
Yeah, well, I didn't get anything out of it except for an unsolicited ass grab, so.
That was after. Or before.
I don't remember when it was in the timeline. No, it was
The
before.
first day was the unsolicited ass grab. The second
elevator.
day was the Toby Keith bar.
Terrence should not get so drunk that he needs to grab whatever is in the vicinity to hold himself up.
We both know I wasn't falling over.
I mean, that's how I grabbed that penis that one time.
Once? Don't lie.
Only
to
if
us,
they
Brian.
buy me a
One
drink
time.
first.
Okay, fine, it was twice, I guess. I mean, if you count both hands. But it was the same situation.
Oh god, I'm falling.
I know, and then I looked him in the eyes and told him he was
Oh
crazy,
god, I'm falling. Oh no, I'm still falling. Come 15 feet over here so I can catch this dick.
and then had to wipe the fog off the mirror.
No, there's no mirror. It was outside.
No, for me, there's usually
I like
a
the
mirror
fresh air.
involved.
I like it when the breeze
Got
tickles
a
my
little bit of a
butthole.
narcissist complex. Narcissist
You know-
complex.
I can't say I can relate to the whole breeze hitting the butthole thing.
Strike on Twitch.
But if you're not
But
sunning your
please.
butthole,
Eh,
Please do
Why do
tell
you-
me how that
someone has
feels.
to watch it for me to get a
Why
strike.
do you think guys in Scotland wear kilts? I mean, obviously it's a thing.
having your butthole kissed by angels.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Angels with
What's
chlamydia.
Huh.
What?
What?
Huh. You're giving me food for thought.
Besides, you're supposed to sun your butthole at least 20 minutes a day. Isn't that how that works?
Well, I'm too afraid of the Air Force folks that fly over my house to be doing that.
Yeah, until they crash, it's not a problem.
Yeah, well, I have lots of things in this house. If I'm out there nude, I don't need them crashing into my goddamn house.
Well, they won't. They'll crash behind it because they'll be looking behind them, and then they'll hit something and crash.
I think you underestimate how much the U.S. Air Force would pay out if their pilot crashed into your house.
That too.
You'd
You'd get a
probably
lot more
retire.
nicer stuff.
It's true. Food for thought.
So what we're all getting here is you need to go outside and start mooning the Air Force.
I just need to naked sunbathe.
If you'd like,
Oh
we
my
can go
god, those
together when I come
pilots would
visit.
just die laughing. They
Look
wouldn't-
at this bitch.
They wouldn't crash because planes pretty much fly themselves.
It's true.
So unless it's a helicopter,
Well, I mean, it might crash if he does the emergency release just to get closer.
Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that booty.
I'm gonna get banned.
Terrence saw where I
Not a
was
strike.
going with.
Straight banned. Fuck it.
Oof.
We're gonna start.
I was gonna say, are we good starting? Are we
We're gonna talk about being
Good point.
nude and kissing buttholes with the wind and
I mean, I'm down.
crashing airplanes.
chlamydia angels?
That's how
This is
Fred. That's how followers of Fred worship. Is with their butthole.
They sun it at least once a day.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Well,
The shitty part about living in town, I can't sun my butthole.
you need to move out here and live with us again.
Gwyneth Paltrow would be so disappointed. I mean, it would be awesome. But then I'd be farther away from Minneapolis, which is where I'll hopefully be starting to find commercial work here.
I kind of wish I lived a little closer to Minneapolis. Plane tickets are expensive, man.
I mean, I got a spare bedroom. Just one, but
It's true.
you need a place
I
to
need
crash
that.
in the middle.
I need to find out if Jared wants to go to Ramstein. So I don't know.
That'd be pretty
I'll
cool.
be going alone or.
Good luck getting tickets, but that'd be pretty cool. Aren't those
They
one
went
of
on
those shows
sale
that are
today.
They're
and
not sold out yet?
I don't know. I haven't checked. My coworker bought tickets as soon as they came out. I'm like,
Oh,
I
nice.
need to talk to Jer because I can't just go and buy tickets and be like, yeah, we're going.
Well, you can, and he'll grumble,
I
but
can,
then
and
he'll have
he'll
fun. and-
roll his eyes and then sit there in the concert looking like he's not having fun, then tell me he had a blast.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario,
Like he did
you
at
could,
Five
you
Finger
could
Death
take your old
Punch.
college roommate, because, he'd even have a place where you could stay.
I mean, you're gonna pay me for the ticket?
Depends on how much the ticket is.
Depends
and
on
when
where
it
you
is.
sit.
Nope. Oh wait, there we go.
Because,
Front row seats are $169 a piece.
140
Bullshit.
if you're on the right site.
Well,
141 if you're on Ticketmaster. 96 for general admission.
Because, I mean, your old college roommate not only lives closer to there, but has a mother that lives near there with a very big house and plenty of spare bedrooms.
he's got a point there.
When is it? That would also be part of
August
it.
30th. I had to check and make sure it wasn't the same time as Sturgis. It's not. I'm gonna
you
be
guys are going to
spending so
Sturgis
much
even?
money in August. Oh,
Nice.
so last year I spent 150, 160.
Brian.
Nice.
They're going to San Antonio too. Brian didn't hear me.
Brian!
So I forgot I was muted that whole time.
Douche
I was
nozzle.
talking mad shit about San Antonio.
Well, I mean, it's
But,
San Antonio, so.
Don't you
Yeah.
make fun of Anthony just because he's named after there? Because that's probably where he was conceived in the
No,
ninth
I'm
inning
making
of a
fun of the
chance.
Mexican Anthony. So we're good.
Monster Jam.
American Anthony is still cool.
Monster Jam.
All right, are
First
we ready to go,
Canadian.
guys?
I've been ready this entire time.
Is
Yes,
it only
sir.
me, or does anybody else think Tony's actually Canadian? He really seems like he's Canadian.
Oh man, the tickets went up. No.
Sure.
Pretty sure he's not Canadian. So I was right.
Yeah. They gave me the money back.
Oh god. Some of the tickets went up. General admission is now
$120?
second. Yeah, 120.
The Looney Lutherans?
Oh man, they were so much cheaper earlier.
It's a cannon.
It's not a cannon.
Oh my
Dude,
god,
you tell
even
that
the
to
upper
creator.
sections were
It's a
James
win.
Silent Bob
$50
Reboot
earlier?
Roadshow.
they're like 100 now. Holy
We're going
shit.
to Fargo.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Ah,
There go.
angry
Alright.
screaming noises. Okay, let's do D&D before I start crying over Ramstein.
All right.
I need to
So,
fill up my wine.
Yeah, you-
Because I drank half the bottle already.
Ticket prices turned her into a drunk.
I'm going to go pee. though.
So you sound like the Angry Archer.
Oh. I don't
Mild,
know.
but you could try.
Last
It's not-
bathroom break. and When we all
it's not
back,
like
we start.
beer.
Yay,
We're doing a
beer.
bathroom break?
It smelled good.
Well, you got some of your rose
Oh, that's
stuff.
not too bad.
You got a little bit of apple pie.
Oh, well.
That's
I just
nice.
emptied a bottle of
Maybe
wine.
enough to get you fucked up, Joe.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, I'm about to empty a 12 pack,
Here's a
so.
non-scum
Nice.
bottle of Angry Orchard.
I still have my gin. No, I'll wait until after.
Unless you want to, because that was supposed to be yours.
I might save it for a special
Won't
occasion.
torture you guys
That
with
shot
Disney
of apple
slum.
pie. What is a special occasion?
I don't know. Ken never comes over. Got your peach schnapps.
Tell Ken we need another bottle.
Next time they make it. Oh, a decent round.
You got the wine hiccups already?
Just one hiccup.
Oh.
Tell Ken we need another
That's
bottle.
usually how it goes, unless I have like.
Together next time he comes over.
No, that one was just one.
This is good. Also, I'm pretty sure you still have a flask full of this in the fridge.
I am
Because
also
I didn't drink that
pretty sure.
yet.
I want you to drink that out of one of these teacups.
I will do that.
You want a saucer?
My vintage. It's such a
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
Not fighting.
She's just
You guys always say that. And the dad ends up with a black eye.
You're probably right.
I mean, I know he's into that kind of thing, but jeez.
Not my fault. You
Donkey
can't
punch.
Back to the face like a man.
Yeah, that happened. Let's not bring that back up.
What about Val getting donkey punched?
No.
Val got drunk and did it with a man.
Nope.
Oh.
Neither. Of
So you
those
finally
things
told
are
people
true.
about that, Val?
You two are why I drink.
Oof.
'Cause you can't get over the latent homosexual feelings towards us.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm why I drink too.
I would like
I have
to tell you guys that during high school, my mom was convinced that me and Brian were a gay couple.
Why? I only came over like twice.
I don't know,
I can't
but
I think my headset cut out there.
Alan Bryan.
that's all.
I mean, she and I both still question it. So.
About Brian specifically?
Oh, it was probably because all the times I went with you to Taco Bell for free food.
That might have been it.
Take the cap off.
My fat ass would walk the 2 miles just for a fucking crunch wrap. Get how about fucking fat ass.
Also, they're coming out with nacho fry burritos.
I don't like the nacho stuff.
Oh, look at that. How cute is that?
Drinking moonshine out of a teacup.
Yes, it's adorable.
Probably gonna get arrested because we're talking about moonshine on Twitch.
This is my new aesthetic.
All right, let's bring it in. So, we're all here, right? I heard Kendra.
Yes, I'm switching notebooks. Give me just.
Yep. So I'm gonna just do the recap then. So last week on Frontiers of Fortune, the party was accused of a murder. Party solved the murder, learning that it was Fellar de Catspaw, a halfling stowaway, that was responsible. While investigating, they may or may not have gotten Derval killed for revealing his fraternization with the captain's daughter Felicia. Cora discovered 2 tokens of lesser invisibility and gave 1 to Creed. The party was rewarded with 16 gold each and accepted the favor of returning Evrin's belongings to his family in New Deek, or Bigger Deek. The session ended as the party sailed into a storm. All right, so as we went and where we ended last time, you guys, right as you finished your little prayer, humongous storm appeared on the horizon, dark, roiling, angry, lightning flashing, and bearing straight down on you as only an ocean storm can. What would you guys like to do?
Guys, it's a storm.
Find my notebook.
Oh, where's my notebook?
Did you look on your desk?
It was with yours.
I only have these two.
I gave it to you to put away.
Where is...
Which one were you using?
This
You're
one.
using the Hobbit. Oh, obviously you did not give it to me to put away.
I'm pretty sure I did. You must have put it there. It's alright. We all make mistakes. Why?
What?
So guys, there's still a storm coming.
Okay. Sorry, I
I picked on
finally.
him. Aw, sad face.
Okay,
I didn't even have that much to drink.
I think. Oh, fuck, this one's got college notes in it. God damn it!
Are you still in college?
No!
Then what's it matter? Rip the notes
I
out.
graduated years ago!
I would
notebook!
I would judge you, but I have notes from high school floating around in notebooks I still use. So
I found a journal from my freshman year in high school, and I need to burn it. Because there's some weird shit in there. I was...
yeah.
If you want to.
I think you need to publish it on social media first.
Oh, hell no, I wouldn't want my parents to find that shit.
Do it anonymously.
I'm pretty sure that's what I did with my journal when I graduated. I just ripped all the pages out and burned them. I was like, nope, this chapter in my life is over.
Guys, guess what I lost when I moved to Texas?
Your journal?
virginity?
Yeah, that story I'd been working on for like a year and a half.
Oh no.
The one that I helped you with a little bit here and there and made
Yeah,
it
with-
more?
Pip, yep.
Aww. Sad face.
That was a lot of work. It was a
Yeah, you have done.
Yeah, that was a lot of failed classes.
yeah.
That's what got me all back in the ninth grade.
Remember that time that
Hell, that and your mom holding you underwater too long when you were a kid, but
the time
Oh
that you
no,
just
I jumped into that river myself.
sat there with a stapler in Spanish and stapled your thigh for like an hour every day?
Mike.
I really hated Spanish,
We all did.
and I still live with a Mexican.
I never took Spanish, I took French.
Sacre bleu!
Took 1 year of Spanish and 2 years of German. Can't speak a goddamn word of
Je parle
anything.
français. Je ne comprends pas le piscine. S'il vous plaît.
Maybe it's fantastic.
Right.
It's like a group of
Like,
children.
all I know.
I took
Como se como ça?
How much can you speak? You're a lot better than I am.
I'm trying to speak.
Level 2?
Go move in with Frau for a couple years and speak exclusively German.
I still
I would
really
love
love
to learn
German
German,
sometimes.
just so I can understand half the songs I listen to and more.
Y'all
If
need to
it's
stop showing
Rammstein,
off
you
because
could
I
probably
can
just
barely
look
speak
up,
English
like,
as it is.
Nursery
Yes,
rhyme
I-
lyrics, because they're really simple.
Everything I spewed in French is all I know. I understand so very little.
I know, pussy.
Seal?
Pussy.
Le pussy? Meow?
Nope.
Oui, pussy.
It's done.
Actually, a cat is chien.
Gato?
That's Italian.
No,
Katza?
female dog is
That's
chien.
German.
So it's also
German
bitch.
Katze.
Gatos.
Mein Junge Luca mit Käse, scharf, bitter, alles.
Hobby.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
What?
Yeah.
And that's my favorite order in all of Germany. And if you're really hungry, zwei. Junge Luca.
Dos cervezas, por favor.
Barnio.
Du kannst in Leberhaus,
Two? You want just two? I'm already four
which
in.
is the way out or
To
something like
start.
that.
Really big burritos.
What?
Did a thing. It's gone.
Pretty baby.
Oh well.
You know? I have a cat here. Okay, I'm ready. I just hit my microphone. I'm sorry.
Gato.
I'm ready. I'm good. I have a notebook. I'm just gonna rip out the.
The DM is ready for you guys to tell him what you're doing.
That's
Okay,
right.
so we got a storm.
We started.
Kree doesn't do shit. He doesn't know what to do.
I tried praying to the Storm Lord, and it made things worse.
You channel.
Kree blames you.
Yep.
Yeah. I was asked to try
If
to
a bird
help.
could scowl, he would scowl at you.
I have a morning star, and I can hit things really hard.
Alright.
Great.
So
You can hit a
if
storm.
you guys would like to role play before the storm gets here, or would you just like to move into the storm?
Fred is going to look at the storm. Or, God damn it.
Fred.
Bob. Bob is going to look at the storm.
Well, Fred's here. We're probably
Right.
alright.
Tabletop here. You can narrate your god if you really want to, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let you do what you think you do it.
Well, if Fred's here, we're all
There's
fucked.
you right now than worry about you in a storm.
I mean, realistically,
Keep
Fred
going.
probably doesn't have anything better to do because of where Fred is.
We don't know where Fred is. Fred's everywhere.
Fred is in my room right now, meowing.
Not if we actually know who Fred is.
My cat's name is Fred, by the way.
Trisket.
Brian worships a cat. That makes perfect sense.
Pretty white kitty with non-fluffy fur and blue eyes.
I mean,
And he's a dunce.
Yes.
if you looked at all the pictures on my phone, that might actually be true.
Let's,
Take
move,
way too many pictures of my cat.
let's just move into this storm.
Yeah,
Alright.
move into the
So
storm.
here's how this is gonna work then. So you got there's what, 4 of you? 5 of you?
Four.
Four.
Apparently.
So you guys, again, there's 5 things. I keep forgetting that I'm not included because I'm not part of the group. All right, so there's 4 of you. So we're going to go around, and each one of you guys is going to explain what you're doing with it's specific to your character to help the ship get through the storm. And then you're going to roll, and there has to be at least 2 successes, or we'll go on to the alternative route.
It's like Matt does. Okay, I'll start.
You are allowed to assist if you would like to try to give somebody advantage, but I want like legit reasons or like legit ideas for what your character specifically would do to help in this situation.
Something on my computer screen. That's gross.
All right, so
That is gross.
Toyer, you said you were starting?
Yeah. I'm gonna go up to the very front of the ship. I'm gonna raise my morning star into the air. Stormlord, I do not fear you. Throw your worst at me.
Oh, make the storm angry. That
All
always
right, go ahead and roll a performance check.
Oh.
We'll see if you inspire the crew with your mighty boast, because they all sort of know that you're a paladin of the Stormlord.
Wow.
20, all right.
Damn.
Fucking sweet.
Hello.
The trick is to convince yourself.
So as you shout these words of encouragement and challenge into the sky, you hear a thunderous clap as the storm replies to you. But behind you, you know, you shouted it with such a fervor and such a like bravado that even you now are like high on yourself. Like you're caught up in the challenge of Cord and it's infectious, and behind you, you just hear the crew like yell and challenge and excitement, and all of a sudden gone is the like air of nervousness that had taken over the ship, and they're all going about their jobs with an entirely new determination.
You are filled
All
with
right,
determination.
Bob, well, he is doing this. What would you like to be doing?
Well, like you
I'm
said,
not gonna die.
after Toyer's display, Bob is kind of fired up, and as he gets ready to cast a spell, he's going to say, "The greater your knowledge of the goodness and grace of Fred on your life, the more likely you are to praise him in the storm." And I'm going to cast Gust in the Sails to just try to speed us up and plow through the storm.
All right, go ahead and give me a straight spell roll. So roll a d20 and give me your spell modifier.
What am I,
Is that
charisma
how you're
based?
gonna
Yeah,
take notes? Because I
charisma.
kind of like that.
Sword. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Hold on, I gotta remember what the fucking formula is. Just a sec. There.
All right, a 21. Very nice.
And by the way, I just pulled up like random God inspirational quotes, and I'm just replacing God and he with Fred.
Okay. But
I
all
did
right,
that.
so you call forth the power of your weenie little cantrip and somehow manage to actually fight against the wind a little bit and kind of right part of the sail that looked like it was threatening to buckle in on itself.
Fred is with
And
us.
through the repeated casting, you manage to hold the sail in place and propel the ship forward a little bit as it surges hard into the next upcoming wave, which brings us to Kura. What would you like to do or be doing?
Since I'm not super particularly useful, I'm gonna do the best I can by sitting in this usually unoccupied crow's nest and
Yeah.
watching for any oncoming waves, or if there's like a break in the storm, and just be shouting as much as I can to the crew and helping out with what I can.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
Get the fuck out.
Do you remember how to do this?
It's okay.
Sorry, my cat is being a dickle.
If you don't want to do
Here.
perception, what?
Fucking Fred, man.
Yeah.
Absolute menace.
Yeah, that's my
All
God.
right, you managed to. Actually, perception and a dexterity, please.
Someone else had to roll twice.
Dexterity. Yeah, just straight dexterity.
Up top. Top. Very top. Your base stats. There you go. Ouch.
We're gonna call that a half pass.
Someone else had to roll twice.
Because all right, so you get up there and you're ready. You're gonna be shouting. You've got yourself planted up. You can see the waves. You start to see like the line that sailors always talk about that you can find. That's the like safest. Like everything will be right if you can stay on that line. And you hit the you manage to help guide them into just the very beginning of it, and then you hit the first wave and you fall out of the crow's nest. And we're gonna say
She's a monk.
that's 8 damage.
8?
That's most of her hit points.
You can't catch yourself by flying?
Oh.
Just throw that out there.
I mean, if she would like to try that, I'd probably make her roll a dexterity save.
Yeah, you can fly.
I would like to try that.
Yeah, you dex safe.
But I'm gonna warn you, if it's not a great dexterity save, you might end up like getting gusted.
Wait, hold on. No. Wait. I cast levitate
You're
on her.
already doing something.
Oh.
This is all happening pretty much at the same time. All right. You managed to right yourself. You're still going to take just a little bit of damage, but you managed, so you're only going to take 4 damage.
Damn, I have 10 hit points.
But you managed to like right yourself and get your feet underneath you and mitigate the damage down to like, it's still a rough landing because of the wind. You kind of fall and manage to catch yourself, and then the wind catches you and you're worried that it's going to throw you out into like the oncoming wave. And it's kind of like you manage to throw yourself back in and the wind just carries you and you bounce off the railing a little bit, but you manage to like catch the edge of the railing and not fall off the boat.
Okay.
Yep, you're busy right now. You're still standing in the front of the boat and
that's
inspiring
right.
everybody with your Captain Morgan pose. All right, which brings us to Cree. Cree, what are you doing right now to help the cruise ship make it through this massive maelstrom?
2 arrows.
I would like to help with manning the sails.
All right, so working the ropes.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and give me.
Sleight of hand.
I want to. Let's do a strength roll.
Strength.
Because you're over there and you're helping. Let me find his name because I can't remember because I made it up on the spot. You're over there helping Tanyan, your dwarf buddy, who's run forward and left the steering the steering wheel to the captain, and he's got this rope that looks like it's about ready to snap, and it's starting to give way, and you can hear the pinion that it's tied to cracking, and he's got his hands on it, and he's wrenching it back with all he's got, and it looks like it might give way.
Is that the right one to push? I think so. I just clicked my strength.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the right one.
Damn, that was
There
shit.
are 2 things.
Let me roll for Tanyan.
Oh yeah, I rolled a 9.
All right, so between you and Tanyan, you managed to. Sorry, just taking it real quick. Between you and Tanyan, you managed to heave this rope back, and you're not really sure how much you actually helped in comparison to this fearsome little angry dwarf that just rips this rope back towards it, and then manages to haul it back and start looping it onto a different pinion before the first one can snap. And a couple hours pass of you guys fighting the storm, and it's crazy, it's tumultuous, you guys are thrown about, you're soaked to the bone, you're freezing cold, but you guys manage to carry on through, and suddenly on the horizon, like the waves begin to swell, the swells lower, the ocean begins to calm, the rain lessens, and suddenly before you is clear open sky. And just like that, the storm has passed.
Woohoo!
You guys managed to survive quite well, actually. A storm at sea.
Thank goodness.
With a 3 out of 4 pass is what we're going to call that, with 2 half passes.
Rude.
Ooh,
So with the way that the first 2 rolled, you guys were pretty safe.
nice.
Yeah, we got lucky with those first 2 rolls.
Was there any RP that you guys would like to do now that you've survived the storm, or?
I'm gonna.
Bread shall be the wind beneath your wing.
I'm just gonna kneel down where I
Free.
was at the front of the boat and say a silent prayer to Cord.
All right.
Bree would roll his eyes at Bob and then shake his feathers, trying to get all the frickin' water off. Rumbly
See if you were a duck.
through his feathers, like how birds do when they're cleaning themselves off.
All right. And you guys hear from, as the storm lessens, you guys hear from back as soon as I find Danica.
Goldfish.
You hear Captain Danica's voice cut across the din. Well done, crew. You did great. We're through, and now it shouldn't be too much longer. We should be there by nightfall. Let's hope another squall like that doesn't blow up on us. But otherwise, a round of ale on me when we get there. Well done. There's a yeah and a cheer from the crew as they go. And then a couple more go into the rigging and start doing stuff while the majority of them get below deck to begin change into drier clothes and get cleaned up a little bit, try to warm up. And begin switching out as, they change and help the other crew members out. A very, very frazzled Corval climbs out of the first crow's nest. And, his hair is still standing up a little bit. He doesn't look like he was struck by lightning, but he looks like there might have been a couple close calls. It kind of looks like he's seen a ghost, and he just kind of nods at you as he walks by, and I'm going to bed.
What time of day is it?
It is probably 11 o'clock in the morning. Like, this storm kind of blew up on you guys early in the morning, and you fought it for most of the early afternoon. So it's probably we'll say 1 o'clock.
Okay.
So, seeing that most of the crew is exhausted and knowing that this would be the perfect time to do so, Bob is going to go up to each of the NPCs and start preaching the word of Fred.
Do you want to interact, RP any of that, or are you just saying you did it?
It's up to you.
No, go ahead.
I'm fine. Yo,
RP
You
it
should-
here.
you should pray to Fred. He's awesome.
Hi. I'm Danner. I pull the ropes.
Yep, Fred already knew that because
Hi.
he knows all.
I'm Danner. I pull the ropes.
Is there another
Can you
NPC
hear
near me?
Can Cree hear this?
Yes. DM side note, this is one of the NPCs that hasn't been fully fleshed out yet and will be better in the actual release of the campaign.
Cree's gonna go up to Bob and say he pulls the ropes, and then walks away.
Hi, I'm Danner. I pull the ropes.
And Fred appreciate. Oh fuck it! It's not even worth it. More active up.
You approach the next one. So you worship a god named Fred then, huh? He's a human fellow, blonde, probably in his mid-30s. Looks pretty sun-bleached and hard-faced.
Oh, thank God! You look normal and fleshed out and developed like a regular NPC should be.
Oh, you're talking about Downer. He's a peculiar one, but we like him. He pulls the ropes really well.
So I've heard.
So, what should I know about Fred? Why is he better than any of the other gods?
Because for Fred so loved the world that he gave his one and only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life.
I walk up behind Bob, and with my quarterstaff, with the holy symbol of cord on the end of it, I just smack him in the back of the head.
Ow.
Go below decks.
Is this what Fred requires of me?
Yes.
That
Fred
shall-
wants to have a private communal with you in your room.
Fred knows I'm not gay, right?
That's between you and your god, sir.
I'll go below decks.
So glad that worked. Alright, I'm gonna go find Cora.
I'm gonna give a thumbs up to Toyer.
He returns
nods at
it.
you, and you can see a new, a new gleam of newfound respect in his eyes. Like, he probably still not gonna let you anywhere near his back when it's, his coin purse is on him, but there's a new level of respect there. He just nods and then he goes about his business.
I would just like to say, I have nothing against you. I just have a thing against Bob for some reason. I just want to clarify, I have nothing against you personally.
Nah, I thought it would be fun to play somebody who I don't like either.
Okay, cool. Just as long as we're on the same page here.
I like how the sorcerer is the most, religious based of the
Right.
More so than the paladin.
So you see what my plan was here.
Yes. Alright.
He grew up in a monastery.
Kura, is there anything you'd like to do with your last afternoon on the boat before you get off, or are you just going to call it a trip?
I don't know, maybe I'll just see if there's any little tidbits of lore I can pick up from any of the people.
What kind are you looking for specifically?
Just anything about the region.
Oh, so you're asking about the colony you're headed to?
Yeah, anything in that vein, like history, lore. I don't remember what I'm saying.
So you ask around a little bit, and you get a lot of I don't know a lot about it. We just poured in there. I know it hasn't been open for very long. This is the second oldest colony, but it's still only been there for about 15 years. The oldest colony has only been here for 24. Nothing's been overly established here. But you eventually find somebody who's a bit more knowledgeable. They live there, and Bigger Dicker is. It's
Bigger Deek.
Bigger Deek. That's just what us locals call it, is Bigger Dicker.
Understand.
But I'm sure you heard, but it's the second oldest of the colonies. It's about 15 years old. It's ruled by a governor for the time being, but the governor kind of changes hands a lot. It's had 3 or 4 different leaders in the last 5 years because they kind of keep pissing off the mainland and it doesn't go over very well. Our main export is fire fleece, fire silk, that kind of stuff, and it's located right below the frost line, and I don't know. It's a normal sized town. There's about 3,000 people that live there, I reckon. It's not the safest of the colonies, but it's not like you're going to get beaten to death by the police in the street or the guards in the street. So, I mean, there's that.
And Fred shall save them all.
Any other more specific questions, or does that about do it?
That's fine.
All right. Well, have a good day. He goes off about his stuff. And you guys all settle in to settle out the last few hours of your journey as you are warming yourselves in the new sun, enjoying the feel of it after the cold of the storm and the relaxation after a really strenuous task. And all of a sudden from the crow's nest you hear, "Land ho!" And you, if you choose to, rush to the front of the boat and look ahead, and you can see a speck of ground or brown on the horizon that slowly grows larger with each passing moment. And you guys finally pull into the port of Bigger Deek.
Yay!
The boat comes listing up to the railing, and the captain walks up to you. "Well, I apologize for accusing you of a murder you didn't commit, and I thank you full-heartedly for helping us bring the true murderer to justice. Don't worry," and all of a sudden you see one of the bigger crew members carry up a little feathered cat's paw, and he's kind of holding him like, a sack, just by that rope, and he's just kind of dangling there. We'll see him turned over to the proper authorities. And here, and she hands you a small sack of belongings. These were Evrin's. Thank you for agreeing to return them to his family.
Well,
It was a fun journey.
Who's gonna
Perhaps-
murder them?
Perhaps our paths will cross again. May the winds favor you and the seas be fair to you, friends.
Do we know what happened to the dude that was fooling around with her daughter?
You have not seen him since.
Oh.
Also, he doesn't exist anymore.
And you have seen the crew tiptoeing around the captain a little bit. And you have not seen Felicia either.
Ooh.
Oh.
I'm gonna walk up to Mr. Catspaw.
Yeah.
May Cord judge you fairly, sir. And then I'm gonna exit the ship.
I mean, if you put in a good word about how I was unjustly arrested and, unjustly accused of a murder I most definitely accidentally committed, then that would probably help a lot with Cord's justice.
I
Bob's gonna.
will speak to the Temple of Cord on your behalf, sir.
And then Bob.
Thank you.
And then
You
Bob's
say it
gonna
would be nice
step
to
up
us.
and just put a hand on Catpaw's head. Don't worry, my son. Fred shall forgive all of your sins. You don't have to do anything, really. Just say I'm sorry and you'll forget it. You're fine.
I don't really know what you're talking about, but okay. I'm sorry. Let me go now. The
Alright, you're the man.
the captain and the crew members just kind of, yeah, just be happy we're not tying you to an anchor. And then they make their way off the boat with him.
Is
Bob's
the
gonna
captain
walk
still
up
there?
Yes, she is. You can still get her attention if you'd like to. She's currently walking down the gangplank with her crew member and feller.
Captain Danica, I have questions for you if you have a moment.
Sure, Cree, wasn't it? Yes, go right ahead. And what's wrong with your voice? You have no excuses this week.
My voice can only go so low, DM.
Who's the CM you speak of?
My
name
name off.
is Captain Danica.
This Evrin, do you know where we can find his family?
Unfortunately, that I do not know off the top of my head. But he was a storm cleric, so perhaps if you inquire at the Temple of Cord or just ask around in the taverns, somebody probably knows his family or him.
I will speak to the temple.
Aye, there you have it. The paladin can help you out. Now, I adjourn. Have a great day, you guys. Or have a wonderful time here in the new world. It's not quite for me, but hopefully you find what you're looking for.
Cree nods, Captain Danica,
Battle.
and then to Toyer, and gets ready to head off when the rest of the group is ready to go.
Bob's gonna walk up to Toyer looking all smug. So, looks like that's one more follower to Fred.
I'm gonna smack him with my holy symbol again. And then
I'm
exit
gonna
the
be
boat.
ready to dodge.
All right, attack roll and dexterity save. Actually, just an attack roll. At disadvantage because he's trying to dodge.
Would that just be D20? So
I'm gonna go stand by Kura.
What would I add my
Seven?
strength modifier and my
We're going to
proficiency?
treat it like an unarmed attack, essentially. What's your unarmed attack modifier?
Here, I'll just do this.
It's just a strength modifier.
All right, one
So
more.
it'd be a D20 plus a strength mod.
Oh,
Does a 10 hit your AC, Brian? Or
No.
Wow.
No.
He manages to successfully duck out of the way.
Fred's disciples learn from their mistakes. And Bob's just gonna give Toyer a namaste bow and then walk away.
Oh, you're so pompous.
fair enough.
I hate you and I love you.
All right, you guys begin to make your way down the docks, and as you stand in the new port and survey the city before you, you can there's probably 15 or so docks spread out among. The docks actually extend farther than the city to your right, but there's probably about 15 big docks, and there's a number of boats docked there, some being loaded, some being offloaded. This is one of the more traveled hubs because of its age and because of its more central location. It's easier to get to the rest of the colonies from this one, and the waters are less treacherous on the approach. where all the boats still have to go through the same storms. This one is the least like rocky approach, and you don't have to worry about tides raking you into shoals and reefs and that kind of stuff. So this one kind of just has the deepest channel that comes right up to it. So a lot of the shipping happens through here. And looking up at the colony, you can see a pretty sturdy wooden wall, you know, like early settler fort with the upturned trees sharpened at the top, just planted around in a large thing. You can see some areas where stone has actually begun to be stacked up in front of it, like they're beginning to create a more permanent wall, but that it hasn't been a very large priority, so it's a pretty slow-moving project. But even through that, you can still start to see over it, you can start to see some rooftops, and a lot of it appears to just be like wood shingles, and there's one really tall building in the middle that's probably 2 stories higher than anything else in town, and there's one tower kind of over on the opposite side from the larger scale building, and that's what you can see at the moment. The smell that hits you isn't unpleasant. You can definitely smell that a bunch, like 3,000 people live here, but the air you notice is much fresher than back home.
We lost Bob in roll 20.
Oh no.
Yeah, my internet's being shit.
Oof.
I'm coming back. Keep going.
But you just kind of see where all the docks converge into a large wooden, like, I lost the word deck is what we're going to say, even though it's not the right word. But, stretches for the majority of the city wall, and it all kind of converges and comes to a narrower gap where it's met by very large gates that are held wide open. By the look of the gates, you can just tell that they don't look like they're closed very often. And through it, you can see muddy streets and some wooden houses.
I'm going to ask a dockhand for directions to the Temple of Cord. I'm going to find a dockhand to talk to.
My name's Cade. I haul boxes from the ships.
Hello, Cade. Do you know where I would find the Temple of Cord?
Aye, a great day for fishing, ain't it?
Who's your boss?
Aye, I'm Cade. I haul boxes from the boats.
I hate betas. I'm going to walk away from this NPC and go for the guy telling other people what to do.
All right, so you approach a man. It's a halfling gentleman, probably in his late
Our cannon disappeared.
Late 40s, early 50s. Total, silver fox, gray, speckled hair pulled back into a tight ponytail. The sides and back are shaved. He's got a well-manicured little goatee that goes into only on one side, a double loop, but is just normal on the other side. He's wearing finer clothes than the rest of them. He's holding a clipboard, and he's got a little pointed hat with like a pheasant feather sticking out of the top of it. And as you approach, he goes, "Oh, good. Are you our new arrivals?"
Yes, we are just coming from the old country.
All right, how many of there are you in your party? Hi, I'm the harbor master here, and I'm going to need to take some information from you.
There's 5 of us.
4 of us.
5. Fred is always with us.
Don't mind
Bob.
Bob.
Who is Fred?
No.
Don't.
You do not know of Fred. I shall tell you of Fred. And
I'm gonna hit him with my morning
drop you
star.
off.
5 minutes later.
In the middle of the ocean.
I'm gonna hit him with the shaft of the morning star.
All right. So 5 of you. That's fine. There doesn't have to be any violence now.
There's 4. There's 4 of us.
All right.
4.
We'll discuss that later.
Prisoner.
He marks
4.
some notes down.
It's okay, Kree. I'll teach you how to count later.
All right.
Bob, I swear.
You there? What? He points at you, Cree. What's your name?
Cree.
Cree. Do you have a surname?
Cree.
Cree. All right.
It's
Where do you hit from, Cree?
It's just Cree. That's it. That's my name. From Golden Spire. My name is
All right. Cree from Golden Spire.
Just put Kree, follower of Fred.
And what is
No. You're not follow Fred.
What is
Listen
your
to this.
future business here in Biggest Dickest? Bigger Deek.
Biggest dickest. Sorry. That is yet to be determined. At the moment, we have a bag of belongings that belong to a man named Evrin. We need to return to his family.
Well, that's very nice, but that's more like an errand. I mean, do you intend to be a part of a business, to own a business? Do you intend to be an adventurer, to help clear the frontier, a frontiersman, if you will? Or are you just here to be a bum?
I intend to be away from you at this moment, so put me down as an adventurer.
Frontiersman, attitude, suspect character.
Bob just pissed me off. Cree is pissy.
As opposed to...
Nah, I think Cree's just always kind of pissy.
And the large elephant man, your name?
Toyer.
And your surname, Toyer?
Hollow.
Hello. Not much filling in that, is there?
Cree kind of squawks.
Where are you from, Toya?
Everwood.
And what's your future business here?
I am here to further the worship of Cord and protect his people.
Great, another fucking missionary.
And to pretend I didn't hear that.
And you there, crow woman.
Kura.
Kura. Alright, is that 1 O or 2 O's?
2.
2. Alright, roll the R. Kura. Alright. And your last name, Kura? Surname?
We are Arakokra? Arakokra? How do you say that? How do you say our species?
Arakokra, I think.
Your last name is based
Yes.
upon your people. Interesting.
He asked for your surname.
DM. I know.
Oh.
Yes.
How do you say their species?
Arakokra.
Arakokra.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I was asking.
I believe so.
It's Kakra, but yeah.
Is it
You got the era part.
Emphasis
Yeah.
on the cock.
Arakokra.
Hey.
And from where do you hail? Are you from?
No, that's not my last name. Jeez.
I'm just imagining this in character.
If that is not your last name, then what is?
We Arakokra do not possess surnames.
That's why I'm Cree Cree.
Arakokra it is. And where do you come from? Are you
Ildril.
from Golden Spire as well?
No. From the island of Ildril.
There. That's right off D&D Beyond.
Arakokra.
Ara.
Arakokra. Oh,
Arakokra.
I guess I just like the cock too much.
D. I-S-R-E-L.
D.
I'm sorry?
Spell your home name.
Isl Dryel.
ISL.
I-S-L.
DRIAL.
D-I-R-L. I think.
No, Drial. I know how to spell. I'm not dyslexic like you.
I'm not dyslexic. I'm retarded.
I know. Well, I was
Life
being
gives you
polite.
melons, you're dyslexic.
Here, I got it written back there.
I just got it. It took me too long.
And what is your business here? Your future plans here?
To gather information. Just research.
What? Research or spying?
Just research. To learn the history of this foreign land.
Just doing some research on spying, and just unusual.
Got a good old Deekstra up in here.
Sir, you do see the giant ears, right?
Character. And you see the 15 men behind me with rather large crossbows, do you not?
I look behind him and I nod.
We're even.
Fair enough, sir.
And you, Blue Boy, what is your name?
I'm
What is
Bob
that?
Maelstrom, and unlike my elephant friend here, I follow the teachings of our Lord and Savior Fred, the true
He
God.
kind of stops in the middle of your last name or in the middle of scratching. Just Fred. Fred is a
Yeah.
god. All right, Maelstrom.
Have you not heard of our Lord
Where
and
are
Savior
you from,
Fred?
Bob?
Oh,
Because
Big
I
Deek.
can't place the name. It's a very strange name.
Big Deek.
Big Deek. Oh, a Mainlander. Welcome.
Yeah, the capital of Fel Atio.
Suspect. Character.
Toyer, what did he say about me?
Said you're a wonderful human being.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
It's not even human.
He didn't understand, so leave it alone.
Humanoid.
All right. Thank you very much. That will conclude the information I need from you. And, I mean, it's not the worst group I've ever seen come through here. You guys are better than most, so mind your P's and Q's. Try not to get into any trouble because, as you can see, the guards are well armed and they will enforce justice with the divine right of cord. So,
I don't know, that one's arms looks a little wiry.
and just as crazy as the both of you. Now, have a wonderful day. If you need anything else or any questions answered, ask someone else. Who cares? And he kind of just struts off, and as you see him strut, you can hear the hard click and realize that he's probably wearing like 4-inch high boots that have sharp little metal plates put on the bottom of them so they tack as he walks across the wooden boardwalk. Just cut, 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 cut.
Sir, if I may,
You may not.
just a blessing.
Well, can't hear you. Goodbye.
May Fred smite your pump. Oh. She beat me to it. Fuck.
Cree mutters it, so maybe you can't hear. I don't know. Pompous prick.
All right, and so looking up, you see the crossbowmen who are guarding the specific area. They're kind of up on a raised platform a little bit, and they're keeping an eye out. They're all wearing what you're going to assume is the standard guard uniform, dark leathers. It's very reminiscent of the guard armor from Big Deek, except it's a little less ornate, a little more, frontiery, where there's none of the like designs on it like there would normally be. It's just rough leather. Doesn't look overly finished, but they've got like small pauldrons. It's pretty close knit. It comes with the leggings. They've got the burned sign of a
Words.
I'm trying to think of what they're
I
saying.
was gonna say, did my headset cut out, or
No, the DM short-circuited while he was trying to remember what he wanted. their
DM
sigil to
cut
be.
out?
Yeah, the DM.
Me.
the-
It's a beta issue. Beta issue.
Yeah, there's an undeterminable, like, kind of blurry black burn mark right in the center of the chest of their armor. And they're all wearing steel caps reminiscent of, like, a Spanish conquistador. And all of them have heavy crossbows.
Bob's just gonna look at them and say to the group, "Man, can't beat that Big Deek craftsmanship."
I'm gonna walk away from Bob without saying a word to one of the guardsmen.
Same.
Sensing a lot of Big Deek energy.
Bob's just gonna
here.
continue standing there
Yeah.
admiring craftsmanship.
The guard you approach kind of looks not as down at you as he would have to for the others from his platform, but he looks down at you. Well, what can I do for you?
I see you are a follower of Cord.
Aye, all the guards here work through Cord's temple, yes.
I am a paladin of Cord as well. I am just looking for directions to the temple.
He kind of smiles at you. Oh, certainly. You're going to make your way straight up this main street. Head in through the gates, which is right here.
Mr. Hunt.
Follow the road all the way till it stops. Take the left, take the next right, and it's the biggest building on the left.
Turn. I love
What
your
hap-
town maps.
About halfway down. That one.
biggest building on the left, which is not the biggest building.
Taryn realized as he did this that he didn't put any of these buildings in an ideal location for a church.
Proud of
So
you.
the DM.
We forgive our DM. He's
Oh,
man.
this right here. This is the biggest one on the right, on the end, up against the wall. You can't miss it. Big stained glass, a couple stained glass windows, big pointy top. Big pointy top.
May cord be upon you today, sir. Thank you. And I start
And
walking
you-
towards the temple.
And as you guys kind of move up from the main dock area, everything kind of closes in. Like you start working your way up the staircases, and you're coming into what's the like temporary storage area for the docks, where things don't last. You know, they don't stay there for more than a couple hours. Where they're pulled off of ships and dropped off, so they can be loaded in carts and drug up to the city. So there's large stacks, like you can't see around you anymore. You're kind of working your way through what would be like a shipping container lot right now of chests and crates and this, that, and the other thing all piled high. Toyer, you can probably see over them because, you know, they normal-sized people can't, or human-sized people, my apologies.
I would like to point out that once we're in an area where, like, it's not enclosed, Kree will be flying instead of walking.
All right.
Throw that out there.
So you're kind of just hovering above it all.
I'm
So
just barely hovering above ground.
yeah. So you're just kind of like flapping a couple inches off the ground.
Yeah,
All right.
basically.
As
You guys
we
make your way through, and then guys, give me a perception check.
wait, 1 second. As we walk, once I notice that she starts like flying or hovering, I just start flapping my ears.
Kree just gives you a nod with, like, no... Just a nod. Perception?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, perception. Some of the dock workers who are moving amongst you kind of give you a funny look, but they don't think anything of it because they don't really know a lot about, you know, Luxodon, so they don't want to judge.
This is how we walk.
Aaron has your roll.
Like a
Yeah,
shark
no,
here,
none
you
of
just
us
stop
asked.
moving, you just die.
Bob, you are too caught up in the mastery of of Fred's creation and just enjoying all of the new things that Fred has brought you to.
This shall all be Fred's.
But as for the rest of you,
Significantly reasonable.
yes.
Now that my mouth isn't coated in chocolate, I can taste the funk.
All right. As for the rest of you,
No.
you kind of, you know, Kree, you pick it up first, but the Cora and Toyer, you're not far behind. You notice a rather shifty-looking character wearing a far too large cloak who's doing the, like, wrapping themselves far too much with the hood pulled way over too much to where they're trying to navigate through the aisles, but because of the
Three
hood
kids
being
in a
pulled too
trench
far, are really struggling not to fall over.
Is that 3 cobalt in a trench coat?
And, you know, they stand probably about the same size as Bob. And you see him bump into a box and you hear a startle, ow! And then you see the hood kind of, a hand come up and catch the hood and look up, and then
Spelt that
the figure sees you and suddenly starts motioning towards her and then kind of steps back into the crevice between a couple boxes like
Coal bombs.
she's trying, or
No,
they're trying to be
intelligence is
very
8.
sneaky. What would you guys like to do?
There we go.
How far away? Like, where are we at on the map?
You're not currently on the map. That's the
Oh,
overview of the
just
city
not.
map.
Okay.
You're just
We're still on the docks with this shifty person?
the figure is about 20 yards to the right of you down another little like alley between boxes, and just on the edge, like they tuck themselves into a little crack between two other boxes and appear to be trying to hide while they frantically continue to motion to you.
It's a Goyle. What are they motioning? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
The motion.
They're motioning to you to come to them.
Kree turns to the group and asks, do we want to acknowledge this?
Yes, more potential followers of Fred.
Toyer
Let's
just
go.
shrugs and wanders over towards the shifty person in the shadows.
As you
Alright,
approach,
Kree follows.
the figure slinks back just a little
Sounds like
deeper into
shabby
the
weight.
shadows, And as you come up to the natural alcove in the boxes that's been formed, you hear a voice. Thank you. You're new here, right?
Fresh off the boat,
you just got off a
sir.
boat today?
Some of us are new.
Well, are you adventurers? And they reach up and pull back the hood a little bit, and you can see the heavily hooded in shadows. Who has dark vision? Did any of you actually?
I don't.
I don't think I have dark vision, no.
Ooh, this is gonna be more fun than I thought.
God damn you.
Yeah, we're fucked.
This is the first group I've ever had where not 90% of the people have dark vision.
Yeah.
Games actually matter.
I cast dancing lights all of the fucking time. No.
Meta!
But they pull back the hood just a little bit, and you can see the shadowy outline of a woman's face. You can't tell if she's human or half-elf, but you get the feeling that there might be a little bit more than just plain human in front of you. You can't really tell hair color, but a pair of bright blue eyes stare out at you and kind of reflect the light, kind of adding to that this probably isn't somebody who's human. They seem pretty attractive, but like I said, her face is pretty shrouded in shadow.
I would like to smell and try to memorize her scent.
All right, give me a
Might-
perception roll.
Might
Creepy.
come in handy later.
Do you get advantage on scent-based perception?
I do.
Give me a perception.
Toyer over here sniffing bitches.
You're having a
Fuck.
lot of trouble distinguishing her from the everything around you.
Nope, that's fair.
One of the boxes that she is hiding in between is full of spices, and a lot of them, and they smell like some water probably got into them, so they're not exactly the freshest of spice anymore.
You smell like coriander.
Thank you, I guess. So, are you lot adventurers, or are you something else?
I'm a
Adventurers,
paladin of
right?
Cord.
You're all carrying weapons.
We do what is needed.
What can do it?
What do you need?
Well, I need a job done, and I'm willing to pay for it. But I can't go to anybody here because nobody here will help me.
Why
Is
not?
it legal?
Because the man I need help with is not exactly in charge of everything, but he's higher up there.
Have you gone to the
being
temple?
hired as
We're
assassins.
We're talking. No, I don't need him assassinated. That wouldn't help the situation. Well, I mean, it would help the situation, but it wouldn't help.
Well, you heard her. We're assassinating somebody.
Cord shines
No.
brightly on assassins.
It wouldn't help the situation. I mean, it would make the problem go away, but it wouldn't help things. If he's not brought to justice, then the people who he's wronged will never, get what they deserve.
Kree glances to Kura, who's been very quiet.
I'm just observing.
She didn't even come over with us.
I walked behind. Just slowly, a little bit, like 5 feet behind.
And
I'm
if you guys are
observing.
adventurers who aren't really, caught up in all of it yet, and nobody knows you'll have the freedom to move around a little bit more and get places that I can't get because they're kind of watching for me.
What would
Tell you what, we'll do it if you follow the teachings of Fred.
No, don't.
That's
I
fair,
can't
right?
promise that, but like I said, I'm willing to pay you, but I can't promise that it'll be the easiest of work.
What exactly would you like us to do?
Have you ever heard of the cerulean ferrets?
Enlighten us, please.
Good, because then you're not scared of them yet. The cerulean ferrets are kind of a gang of sorts that he uses as kind of like enforcers around town. But since he's not directly linked to them, nobody can prove that it's him, and they kind of just go around and enforce his will and stuff. And unfortunately, my family has kind of come in on the wrong side of that, and I need your help connecting him to the ferrets.
Can I insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Me. I don't have 2 screens now, so now I need to click through everything.
Yeah, understandable.
Yeah, I need to go get a cord tomorrow.
Insight. Oh wow, I'm just staring at Kuda.
Yeah, you're a little distracted by why Kura seems to be behind you, but from what you glean, she's telling the truth.
Well,
Three nods.
You're pretty sure. You are certain she is telling the truth.
the fuck is this?
Fuck is that?
Oh, it's the lady had to email my pay
If
stub.
you
Oh.
could find where the green ferret, or the cerulean ferret, where the cerulean ferrets hide, or where their hideout is, and you could sneak in and steal their records, is that something that gangs would keep? Like kind of like the jobs that they'd done and how much they were paid, like their books. If you could get those.
Who are we connecting these people to?
Do Sorry, since I
Yes.
have kind of like I don't want to say studied the region, but since I'm from a monkhood around like knowledge and history, would I have any knowledge of this, or is this like a newer thing?
Do you mean like the cerulean ferrets, or
Yeah.
problems in the colonies with like some roughshod law and gangs and stuff like that?
Either or.
Give me an intelligence check. Just straight intelligence roll.
You can do it.
Or history. Take your pick.
Or history.
Yep.
Oh, did my roll already go through? Oh yeah, it did.
If you would like to switch to history, because it took me a minute, if that's a better roll for you, go ahead. But if not, we'll go with that one.
History.
Find it here for a second.
It's an 18.
I might just keep the 18.
Your
since
history
it's
is a
already
+3.
Pretty good. Yeah, but I might roll a 1.
Yeah. It's a risk you take.
I'll keep that 18.
All right. So with an 18, you definitely know that in all of the colonies, but Golds, or let me check where you guys are from. You know that in the 4 colonies, 3 of them do suffer from problems related to like kind of black market dealings and gangs, mobs, that kind of thing, that kind of shadowy empires that rule from underneath. And it's really hard for like the normal government, or the government without much aid from the mainland, to be able to put a complete stop to it. They manage to maintain order, but it's not uncommon for, people to abuse their position and use that to and run over people. The only colony that you've heard of that doesn't suffer from this is the one from Everwood, and because they brought their military theocracy with them across the sea, and suddenly the joke that the harbor master made makes sense, where you can be beaten to death by the guards in the street. Like they take that stuff very seriously. But so the things she's telling you are not out of the ordinary for what you've heard of kind of happens in the colonies.
Okay.
But whether those things are real fact, or if they're just rumors that have floated back across the sea, you weren't sure of, but this does correlate.
Okay. I'll quietly step forward and kind of relay that information to Kree.
Okay. Good, because I wrote it down.
Okay. Just
Now I don't have to check it as meta.
But if you could find their books, and to answer your question, the name of the man that I'm trying to get justice against, his name is Kenneth.
Kenneth.
Yeah, Kenneth.
Kenneth.
And
My
like
grandpa?
I said,
Yes. Your grandpa is a
Oh my
local
God.
crime lord.
Kenneth Capeert.
Spell that.
And it's what?
Kapeert. Capeert.
Spell it again.
Kapeert.
There's the cerulean
One more
ferrets.
time.
Cerulean, like the
Cerulean.
color.
Cerulean.
Here, I'll type it.
Like Pokemon?
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you,
Oh,
because
I was giving Taryn shit.
the Luxodon
I've had it
can't
written down
spell.
since
Correct.
the first time he said it.
Yes.
K-A-P-E-E-R-T.
Or Capulet, either way.
Capulet?
Okay.
But, and like I said, he's not the man in charge of everything, but he's a little higher up there, so you're gonna have to be really careful.
Is he a member of the temple?
No, none of the government is really a member of the temple. The only person who is the high judge.
What's his name? Yeah, I did that.
High Judge Cordwin?
Hordlin?
Cordwin Memkin.
Hordwin?
Is that a name or a question?
Memkin or Memken?
Memkin. Memkin.
Cordwin?
Cordwin Memkin.
Corbin.
Cordwin Memkin.
Corbin?
Corvin.
Le Cordon Bleu.
Cord.
Yeah.
Cordwin.
Oh,
Cordon?
Cordwin.
Cordwin.
Sorry,
That's what I said.
can't hear.
Oh, all good.
Deaf.
What was his last name? Memkin?
Memkin.
He's a member of the temple.
Thank
But-
you.
Yeah, no problem. But if you could somehow manage to get into his house and get a hold of his ledger that would prove that he was connected to the same kinds of transactions that the cerulean ferrets were, I think with that kind of stuff I could take it to the right people and have him exposed. And
What?
get some of the justice for my family.
What did your family get into?
Well, my family came over here because once upon a time we were really. My father was a fairly well-known trader. Why am I having so much trouble remembering this? In Israel. And he came over here because he was fascinated with fire silk, which is a pretty interesting material, and he wanted to establish routes up towards the northern colony, up above the frost line. And I don't know the full story, but something happened, and Kenneth wanted money for what he was doing, and Father thought that he could fight him and that they could keep it legal, and then some things happened, and well, my father's dead now. My mother fled back to Isle Drizzle or Dryal and took my sister with her, but I can't leave my father unavenged like this. And like I said, killing him would feel good, but it wouldn't give back to the people who he's wronged and showed the rest of the colony that he did these things.
Don't worry, my child. Your father is with Fred. He is happy.
She gives you a really bewildered look, and you kind of see tears starting to form up in her eyes, but you kind of
okay.
stop her short, and she just kind of nods at you.
Bob's gonna rub her
slowly,
back.
and
Let it out.
That's very sweet. Thank you. I'm sure Fred is a wonderful god
Sure.
person.
She
Sure,
is
he's a
the only
wonderful
god.
god.
But would you be willing to? I know it's a risk, and that there's a lot riding on this because, I mean, you could die, but I'll pay you well.
And by well, do we have an amount?
I mean, yes, there's an amount. Would 2,700 gold be enough?
Free looks to his group.
Cord will not abide someone acting like this. I will help you. Do not speak for my party members.
For free or for the gold?
For 2,700 gold.
Or the equivalent, yes.
Fred would be most honored for your
My
donation
father
to
was
the
a
temple.
trader, so some of it might
This is
not
not
be
okay.
in gold, but I can give you the amount.
Free looks upon his group.
Someone
Nods
just shrink
with
the
a
map? Is that what just happened?
Questioningly.
No?
My
I
map
don't know,
just-
I'm on D&D Beyond. Hold on. It looks
The
normal
map
to
is
me.
the same size for me.
You can't
Did-
see my pretty picture.
Did you, no, we can't.
No.
Why can't? Whatever. Did
I
you?
didn't touch anything. It just happened. But okay, that's fine.
Weird.
So rude.
But most. But like I said, I'm sure that what there is, and I can help you unload to get the rest of the money. But that's about what I have left in assets. And it'll leave me enough to after that to go back to my mother and my sister.
You're sure it's enough to get you home?
Oh, I have.
Or
Yeah,
you can
I'll
stay
have
here
it.
and serve Fred.
Or
No. We can talk about that maybe later after things are done.
are we in agreement? Kree's looking to the group.
Player just nods.
Bob,
Kura.
Buddha,
Fred condones this decision.
nobody asked Fred. We asked Bob.
Bob relates that Fred is okay with this.
We are in agreement.
Just gonna kill him.
Bob's going
You're
to
in
the farm a
agreement.
lot sooner than anybody
Like I
thought.
said,
I really hope that Brian has a secondary character because Kree's gonna kill Bob.
I always have secondary characters. What you mean?
no, don't kill him. That would be bad.
Nobody's
Make the
talking
people-
about killing.
Because
We
that
will
would
find-
make the people in power less likely to believe the evidence later because, they just say it was planted then.
We will find this ledger. Do you have Haitian where we can search for
And
said
she,
ledger?
and I should have waited until this moment. But she pulls out from inside her cloak a small rolled map and hands it to you, and it's an overlay of the city.
Well, that was quick. We got the ledger already. Oh, by the way, Bob's illiterate.
Okay.
We received a map.
He grew up in a temple and he's illiterate. That is a
He's also
very
carrying
good
around a
indication.
sacred text.
Bob spent more time sucking Fred's dick than he did reading text.
All 5 of them.
All right, so
Wow.
somebody else mark these for me because my thing freaks out every time I try to do it right now. I don't know what's going on. It's telling me that this is using more memory than my Mac would like it to.
Ha!
Yeah, for some reason,
Max.
Roll20 is being like
Yeah,
my
my-
hotspot should be fine. Everything else is running fine, but Roll20's
It's
Like-
having some
like
issues.
that.
My Mac is also
Is it
like
my fault?
however long ago I joined college years old, and I use it hard with audio engineering. So,
dude. My laptop's still running at Windows XP. Okay, we
so
went through
all
this.
right.
All I can really tell you is that the cerulean ferrets, they kind of hang out in an inn over.
What the? Kree, are you okay?
No, I think that was Kura.
That
Yeah.
was
Oh,
Kura.
shit.
Kura, are you
The
okay?
birds are freaking out.
Kura dropped her book.
Did anybody see that mark, or
No.
did it not happen?
Do it again. Sorry.
Okay, so
That time?
Nope.
Yeah,
Here.
Yeah, where that X is.
All right. The cerulean ferrets are rumored to hang out in that area. I don't know if that's where they are, but this building right here is a tavern, and they do spend a lot of time there. A lot of them are there, but be careful. They're kind of a dangerous lot.
Cord with a K.
And then Kenneth's personal house is this building right here. It's over in the nicer part of town.
Yep.
Right there. I don't know where he keeps things in his house, but it's only a single story, so there can't be that many places for it to hide. If you can find a way to get in there during the day, there's a really good chance that he'll be away at work. And he only has one servant, and he keeps that servant with him all the time. Because, he's not really the kind of guy who wants to do anything for himself, so...
Can I insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me a second. Did it work? Did it work? Did it work?
While you're insight checking, I'm running to the bathroom quick.
Okay.
I'm getting beer.
I'm keeping my headset on so I can hear it. But
Alright.
I'm muting.
Oh.
Oh, so I probably shouldn't use the bathroom.
Yeah, we'll wait until after this conversation and we'll take an impromptu break.
My phone has been taking pictures.
So just the first one?
Well, yeah. It finally went through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely slow right now. I don't know why. But
Probably from my dots.
you give her a good look as she's, saying this, and she seems very genuine. Her expression, she seems both hurt and determined, like, she really wants this man brought to justice. And you can see that the information that maybe made you wonder if you should be worried about what she's saying is more her doing her due diligence to do as much of the work she's capable of as she could, and now she really needs you guys to fill in the rest.
Okay.
Because you look at her, and she doesn't look, frail or anything, but she also doesn't look like the type of person who, from what you can see of her face, is somebody who's accustomed to, sneaking into places that might get them killed. And
Did we ever get this person's name?
Understandable.
no, you have not asked that yet.
I'll leave that to you.
Young lady,
Yes?
we do not have your name as of yet.
Oh, sorry. My name is Malalor.
Malalor?
Spell it.
Malaor. I'm proud of myself. That one came right off the top of my head.
Like Mallory.
I don't know if I want to answer that. Yes, like Mallory, but more fantasy based.
Okay.
Call me Malalor. Malalor Tradewind was the name that my father took when he was sailing as a trader between Isildrisle and Everhart, or not Ever. Sorry.
Yep,
I just
Everwood.
mind-
Really
James
hard.
Red. Oh, sorry.
Where can we expect to find you? Or how can we
Oh, mother.
contact you? Wow, we have
Yeah, roll
dropped
20 is
people.
having
Wait, where did I go? Oh, my
Entry blood.
icon is like derping through the bottom of the fucking screen.
Yeah, that's what I was having issues with the map.
Huh.
You can
Mine's
find me.
fine, you guys. Aside from being slow.
We live in a very
It's
large town that has barely decent internet. They don't. Brian,
I
Show off.
have fiber optic, man. I have as spanky an internet provider as well, not the best service, but I got really good internet. It's roll 20 that I'm struggling with.
I blame
The
the
rest of
Mac.
the stuff's all running fine. Yeah,
I'm not having internet issues. It's just roll 20 that's being a bitch.
Yeah, well, that's
I
roll
like my
20.
Mac for audio engineering.
Well, yeah. I mean, fair enough.
My PC is upstairs. I play games on that. I'm staying with or kind of hiding out with a friend over in the shacks over here. I won't tell you exactly which one, just in case you get caught by the Cerulean ferrets, mind you. But just stand there for a little bit, and I'll come to you.
Okay, so the plan is we kill this guy and you convert to Fredism. Got it.
He's not serious, is he?
No, we won't let him.
All right, thank you.
Fred never lies. But I'm Bob and I lie occasionally.
I just
said
gripped my
Mallard.
quarterstaff, holding myself back from hitting him in the head again.
You're
Oh, okay, so you hold yourself back from hitting me in the head, but you'll go ahead and set a fucking ship on fire in the middle of the ocean. Okay.
Just the box.
You know, it has a point.
Well, pent-up tension there.
That was an accident. I pushed a button on my mouse and it, for some reason, backed me out. I'm on the back.
Table talk, but Bob and Toyer need to fuck already. But
Cree will watch.
Put that trunk to good use.
Oh.
Oh,
no.
bitch! No!
that would be the greatest reach around in the history of reach arounds.
No.
Eric and Aussie are like 4 feet tall. I'm like
They're
8.
normal human size. They're like 5 to 6 feet tall.
I am 2 feet taller than him and several hundred pounds.
Yeah, it'd be a
How tall is
domination
taller
radio
than
for
me?
sure.
I would break him in half.
And Bob is into that.
Cree is 4'10". Cree is small boy.
I just
Alright.
Toyer just pats
So,
Cree on the
Cree
top
is
of the
the
head.
twink. We got that.
Bitch. Ah!
But all right, thank you. Come find me if you need any more information. I can do it, or unless you have any more questions right now. But I've really already told you what I know. So come find me when you get the ledger or the books, or both, your choice. I would advise against asking too many people too high up, because there's a good chance that they might talk to Kenneth. But do what you feel you have to do. All right? Just don't mention my name.
Can
What was
I
your name
ask-
again?
Forget him.
Malalore. Malalore
Okay.
Tradewind.
Why did you answer
Don't
him?
remember Malalore. Don't remember Malalore. 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 Don't remember. Got it.
I swat
Will
him in the back
remember
of
to
the
not
head.
remember. Ow. Well, that helped.
Can you please make sure that he doesn't do anything
Yep.
gets me in trouble? Maybe don't show him the map.
There's a map?
He can't read.
no, there's
Don't
no map.
don't worry about him.
Thank you. And thank you, guys. I don't know what I'd do without you.
And she pulls the hood back the rest of the way and kind of stealths, or doesn't stealth, but kind of dips between you guys and disappears into the crates as she makes her way towards the city gate.
Bye, Malalore!
Oh, Jesus.
Bob's just standing there, I think.
You hear a squeak. And she kind of just starts, to hurry more.
Well, that guy was nice.
Gal, do we go to the Temple of Cord or shall we find the...
Let's head to
I
the
say we
temple
head,
so we can
I say we
return.
head to the Temple of Cord. Let's get Everin's belongings back to his family.
I was about to say that. And I start heading towards the temple again.
Alright, so you
Cree
guys...
blinks at him, exasperated.
Does that say fags?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tavern says fags. I was about to ask about that too.
Guys, this is being live streamed.
It's written right there!
I
Fag
wrote
is a
it.
pile of sticks. Okay, that's where the pile of sticks are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fortunately, a certain group of individuals took that word from us and selfishly made it all about them. I am right there with you, but unfortunately, it's one of the words we're not allowed to use anymore, and it will get you in a lot of trouble in a live stream.
Where gorillas? What? Where?
Where girl lives.
Oh, okay.
We're
still-
gorillas.
That.
Where
Where
gorillas, Joe?
gorillas.
But,
Oh,
all right, so you
That
guys
would be
make your
a
way
scary thing to run into.
up- Make your way through the gates of Bigger Deek.
God damn it. Phallus.
The roads are, they're not quite paved yet. It looks like an attempt was at one time made to pave them, where the outsides are done up in big gray flagstones that kind of match the
This is a big chunk of road here.
stone in the parts of the wall that had been built. But you feel like that the project was probably decided, that all is one piece. That's just what I had to work with using only a square tool. Those aren't actual squares, they're just road.
That's a big chunk of road.
Yeah, well, it's like a gathering area in that
Ah.
spot.
This looks like a Pokemon Red map. Like
Yeah,
the town
right?
map.
I made it in 38.5 seconds and used only the square tool.
I'm so effing proud of you.
It was more like 2 minutes, but still.
Oh my god, I can't fucking put tavern over this fucking stupid. You know what? Fuck. Whatever.
But all right, the
Snap back.
so the roadways
No,
under
stop.
your feet are outlined this the gray stone, and it's a loose mixture of sand and gravel that make up the roadways. A little bit of dust kicks up as you walk. Everything kind of has a dry look to it, like there hasn't been much rain lately. A lot of the buildings they're not logs built, but they're rough-hewn timber where, they take logs and they just kind of square them. They don't really make them into planks or anything. So you gather that the walls of most of these buildings are fairly thick. And a lot of them have, just straight up wood, cedar style shingling, smoke runs, children run through the streets playing. It seems like a fairly happy, fairly even-tempered place. Like, it's not Whoville or the Smurf Village. People aren't like singing and dancing in the street. But people, seem to be moving about freely, and they don't seem like they're looking over their shoulders too much. And as you make your way up the road and follow around, you notice a lot of little houses that have been tucked in and all around amongst much bigger houses
Shame.
and buildings. You've got to your left as you walk up and through, there's a bunch of what appear to be warehouses where the majority of the goods seem to be getting transported to. But the city, as you make your way through it, clearly there was not much of a city planner that went into this. It was kind of rough shot, and parts of it looked like it was completely, build wherever you want, and other parts of the city look like there was slightly more planning to it as you make your way through, and it kind of shows the inner turmoil of the ever-changing leadership. And as you make your way all the way up, you come to a large two-story building that goes into a
That was rude.
high point. And there's, as described, a couple stained glass windows. You see the large symbol of Cord, just the iron fist holding a lightning bolt emblazoned upon a large circular stained glass window. And a set of light, stone stairs make their way up to the large door that looks like it's made out of a heavy metallic, outlined in wood. And there's a pair of guards that are done up a little bit fancier. They're wearing the same rough leathers, but they have metal pauldrons and metal vambraces and shin guards. And they're holding shields with the symbol of Cord on them, just wooden iron-bound rim, and they have spears in their hand.
Fred's temple is nicer than this.
Yep, it's the one that says Temple of Cord.
Oh, okay. Alright. So we made it.
Yep. What would you guys like to do?
Rag on the
Bree
followers
looks
of
tired.
Cord.
I'm gonna walk up to the guards, hold up my holy symbol, and I seek counsel with the head of the temple. I am a paladin of Cord from Everwood, sent here to further our faith.
Well, it's good to see you, Paladin. Is this a lot with you then? One of the guard on the left says. Both of them are humans. They both look like they're in their mid-20s. The one's got a bit of a scruffy brown beard. The other one's clean-shaven. Appears like clean-shaven, top of his head shaved. Neither one of them is wearing a helmet, by the way.
Yes, they're all with me.
Well,
Except for maybe Bob there.
You just wait here a minute. I'll go in and see if he has the time to come meet with you. But Jeff from here, I'll keep you company. I'll only be a minute. The other guy kind of nods at you and then goes back to surveying the road. The thus named Jeff from.
What was the guy's name again?
Jeff from.
No, the guy that we're trying to find the family of.
Evrin?
Oh,
Evrin. Jeffram. Oh yeah, here it is.
Yeah. Yeah. What can I do for you?
Did you know any of the local storm clerics?
I see most of them on occasion. Yeah.
Did you ever have any interactions with Evrin?
Evrin. He one of the ones on the boats?
He was,
'Cause
yes.
we only see them every... Was there anything about him that would stand out? I'm sure
He's dead.
Heard he was a dick.
He
liked to
afterwards
gamble.
He's dead. He looks at Bob, a little surprised. What seems to have happened?
He died.
He was
Natural causes, or the storm get him, or...
he was
As
shot.
natural as a bolt to the chest.
Bob,
Between the eyes.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's right. Like a melon.
that's not good. Was the killer brought to
A
justice?
lemon if you're dyslexic.
yes. He should have been
Whoa,
turned.
my Discord just
over.
cut out. What was that?
He was asked, or you guys were asked if the killer had been brought to justice, and all of a sudden
Oh, okay.
you kind of see a sudden realization come to his
can
eyes,
see
and he
it.
goes, "Was it that little gnome fellow they brought through a little bit ago?"
Yes,
Three
probably.
nods.
Well, we'll see him hang for that then. That's a pity. Was there anything? He was a dick. I hate to say that, but kind of a lot of us in chords could be described as dicks.
My notes.
There any-
He's a half-
Bob just looks at
About him
Toyer.
that stand
No
out?
kidding.
Cree looks at Bob.
Hey, I'm annoying, but I'm not a dick. Sometimes.
We
It's
Same
part of, you know,
difference.
everything. When your God makes everything a challenge that has to be overcome, there has to be a certain level of, you know,
we have
bravado
been
that goes with that. It
tasked
could be
with
interpreted as dick.
finding his family and returning his personal goods to them.
Oh, or sorry, not oh. So that's why you'd like to talk to the high judge.
One of the reasons,
That's-
yes.
He would definitely know for sure. Or he would definitely know. I'm sure. You sure there wasn't any defining features about him? Maybe I could help.
He liked to gamble.
You point out a man here in this, or a man or woman in this colony who doesn't, and I will call you a liar.
He had a very strange parrot.
Dead guy cheats at poker.
Green is a cocksucker?
That's the one.
All right, I know who you're talking about, but we actually like that parrot. Provides a good laugh and really drives the high judge insane.
I don't know what happened to the parrot.
Still on the boat last you saw it.
Yeah, it
Jason
evaded
Tried
my
to kill
grasp.
it.
I didn't try to kill it. I tried to capture it.
Tried to kill it.
I was going to interrogate it.
But unfortunately,
kill it with
no
your-
way.
Root hands. Crush the poor thing.
And about that time, the door opens, and out comes the first guard. The captain will see, or the high judge will see you now. Come with me.
Nope.
The whole lot of you, it's fine.
I follow
Well-
him quickly.
And you guys make your way in, and the outside of the
Can we leave Bob outside?
Bob is okay with this.
Thank God. Bob
All
stays
right, so
outside.
Bob, you
Cree
stay outside.
seems abnormally happy with Bob staying outside.
Bob goes find an alley to go crying.
There is some bullying going
Bob
on.
is overdramatic.
Bob wouldn't want to step foot in a church of a different faith than Fred.
Yeah, fuck those fake gods.
You know what? Cree is gonna stay outside and watch Bob. Just because Cree just has a thing against him and needs to watch him.
You walk around the building and Bob's just over there tagging up the side of the temple.
Jesus.
Fred.
And in this moment,
Fred,
Cree takes Bob to the farm.
But how can he tag the thing? He's illiterate. He wouldn't know how to spell Fred.
He's drawing a picture of Fred fucking Cord.
Oh. Oh.
All right, Cree, you walk around the corner and notice that happening, and while that's going on, the rest of you walk into the temple.
Cree just watches.
And the outside was a lot of rough-hewn lumber, and you know it was definitely one of the nicer buildings in town. But on the outside, it reflected the town around
Fred.
it. But
But as you move inside,
Yeah,
there's a
stop.
lot more stonework, and there's a lot
It's
of
catching
really
up.
pretty, almost granite-looking pillars, and the floor and the walls all kind of move up into it. There's more ornate. There's a lot of, iron and steel artwork that kind of goes around. All of it's very practical and useful metals. You don't see a lot of like finery or the silvers.
I don't think anyone gets
In
No,
the
that
no,
middle-
you
joke.
can see the art.
Nope.
In the middle of the temple, there's a rather large, probably 15 by 15 circular sand pit. And then as you go past that, there's a high-backed altar, and there's like the chairs and a few pews for the people who want to pray in the more traditional way, or the sand pit for those who prefer to, pray and worship Cord in the way of the challenge. And standing up by the altar, you see a dwarven man, gray-haired, one eye covered by an iron scrap held with a piece of leather. He's got one, blue eye staring at you from across the room. His huge gray beard is braided into 3 separate braids, and then those braids are all braided together and held together with a large iron, bracelet essentially that hangs just below his belly button. And he's wearing, it's hard to tell from the beard
He's a meister.
what he's wearing up top, but down below you see a pair of iron-shod boots
Just nipple
and
pasties.
leather trousers.
I walk up and kneel before him. Hi, Judge.
Yes, a newcomer, a paladin from Everwood, correct?
Yes,
Feel free to rise, my child. Thank you.
I stand.
And this is the worst dwarf voice I've ever done, but we're going to keep going with it.
Put a little Scottish into it.
Rise, my child. Aye, that is.
Rise, my child.
Rise, my child. It's the rocket. Yeah.
Hi, Judge Minkin.
Rise, my child. Thank you. I'm glad to see you made the storm or the journey. There was quite a storm that blew through not that long ago, so we were a bit worried about the boats still coming.
Just
It's good
another
to see that you have made it.
challenge overcome in the name of Cord.
Aye, this is a good way to look at things. What brings you to the temple today? Just an introduction, or?
Partly, yes, High Judge. Also, in our travels across the water, a fellow follower of Cord, a storm cleric by the name of Evrin, was not as lucky as the rest of us, and did not make the journey whole.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. He is.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one murdered by the stowaway, correct?
Correct.
Aye, terrible business that. Never a good day when we lose a brother. Especially an experienced storm cleric.
His presence was gravely missed.
I don't suppose they shot the parrot too, did they?
The last that I saw the parrot, High Judge, he was still on the ship.
Hopefully he stays there then. I hate that damn bird.
He seemed well received on the ship. I think he will find a good home there.
Oh, good. I don't want him here.
I have come today partly to introduce myself as a paladin of Cord. As another part, I have been tasked with returning Everin's earthly goods to his family.
Well, so you'd be looking for where he lives then, aye?
Yes, High Lord. High Judge.
Margot! And he kind of raises a hand and he motions and says a name, and a half-elf woman dressed in kind of like a sleeveless monk robe that's kind of tied together karate style in the front, and it goes down. She's dressed very traditional monk style. Runs up. Yes, my lord? Fetch
Fetch the records. Find out where Evrin lives, please. So that we can, send his belongings to his family. At once, I love it. And she makes off and disappears through a door that you didn't quite notice before in the side of the room. And where she's gone, proper introductions are in order. I am High Judge Cordwin Menken. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, young paladin.
Thank you, my High Lord. High Judge. God damn it.
And you are... He kind of looks at you expectantly, like...
Yes, my apologies. The long boat ride over here has played havoc on my wits. I am Toyer Hollow, a paladin of Everwood.
Alright, Toyer Hollow it is, then. I thought your kind never forgot things.
Sorry.
We also don't like extended stays on the water.
Well, not many do. I wasn't very fond of my trip. 3 storms. Cord was really testing me.
I am happy for your safe arrival.
Oh, it was hardly safe. The boat went down about halfway, and I made it by floating on a mast the rest of the way.
Cord shines brightly upon you, High Judge.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm the High Judge. And your 2 friends, are they just gonna stand there, or are you gonna introduce them?
Only one came inside.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, your friend there, you gonna introduce them, or are you just gonna make them stand there in awkward silence longer?
This fine... Fuck, what were we... Akora? Akora?
Arakokra.
Arakokra. This fine Arakokra with me.
Kakra.
Arakakra.
Cocker. You gotta put an emphasis. Wow.
Arakakra.
Apparently the wine is hitting me. You gotta put emphasis on the cock.
Arakakra. Behind me is named Cora. She comes from a monastery in Israel.
Well, Cora, it is a pleasure to meet you. May Cord shine upon you. And may you find that of which you seek here in the new world. Or the old world, really, but it's quite the place.
Hi, Judge. May I ask you more of a private question?
Aye, you may.
Do you...
Street lost their dog.
Oh, good. Again. Do you know a Kenneth?
Aye, you mean, Kenneth Capert. Is that who you're talking about?
I believe that was his name, yes.
Yes, I know a Kenneth. He sits upon the council of the city.
Could you give me more of a detailed occupation for him?
He kind of gives you a squinty look, like he's he's trying to read into your words. Well, he sits. Well, these days I suppose the little weasel's worked his way up. I believe he would be considered the aide to the governor. Which doesn't give him the credit it's due. He's really the right hand of the governor and seems to rule kind of in the governor's place, if you will.
Is he...
Or is supposed to be tasked with helping assist the governor, but most days it seems like more things come from Kenneth than from Gordon.
Gordon, the governor.
Aye.
Is he well liked by Cord?
Cord doesn't like anybody who isn't willing to prove themselves. Kenneth, though I might not approve of him or like him, has definitely proved himself to be quite the politician, if you will. So...
I take your meaning. Hi, Judge.
Cord definitely smiles on him with success, but to say that he is well liked by Cord, that I cannot say. Cord typically has more things to do than worry about how he feels about us as individuals.
Truer words, High Judge. Okay.
Is Bob doing anything worth, like, mentioning?
Yeah.
He's
Meanwhile,
just-
outside.
Meanwhile, is Curry just, like, blankly staring at Fred? Or, Bob? Whatever your fucking name is.
Bob's just standing at the front of the temple, just yelling through the. Are the doors open or closed?
Oh, they're closed.
This is how Bob does.
Okay, then Bob's just yelling at the front of this temple. Cord sucks.
Ooh.
Cord's a hoe bag.
Cree tries to interrupt by saying, "Why are you like this?"
I'm offering no assistance to Bob.
The guards kind of look your way, and their eyes narrow a little bit, and they look like they might be about to do something. Well, and this is when you're going, Cree.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask, why are you like this? Why? What is your purpose?
Fred told me to do it.
Can Cree just walk in the temple at this point? Like, will they let him in?
Well,
Or has he been...
start to approach the temple exasperated. The guards now eye you warily, since you've been standing next to somebody who is clearly day drunk and blaspheming.
That's a good idea, buddy. Spy on Cord for Fred.
And
Bob's just gonna
their
wave at
spears
Cree.
come to a cross in front of you, and they, by association of guilt, do not look too keen on letting you through the door.
Do I notice this from inside the temple?
No, you can't hear anything.
Okay. Sorry.
About that time, the door swings open and the half-elf woman returns. Here, High Judge. It would appear that he lives over in the...
Hello?
Yep. Still hear us?
Okay, you said the door swings open and the woman...
Yep. The half-elf woman returns and she brings forward a small codex, essentially, just little journals, leather bound together, and she's holding it open to a specific page, and it would appear that it would appear, High Lord, that he is from the Tri-Streets, the middle one to be precise. Third house on the left, I do believe. Do you here? Show them the map, and she pulls it around, and you can see a map or she flips through the pages quick, and you can see a page or a small map drawn in them that and he points towards it, and his finger lands over here, and he says, these 3 streets are known as the Tri. He lives in the middle one, and you said third on the left, right? Aye, third on the left. So that would be this one right here, as long as nothing has been built since this map was last updated. But it would appear that is the place you are going. I thank you for returning, making sure his belongings are returned to where they're supposed to go.
I bow before the High Judge.
Evrin. My headset cut out again.
Yep, no problem.
Blue
Tri-Streets.
X on the map. Tri-Streets. Third on the left.
Those 3 roads are referred to as the Tri-Streets. He lives on the middle one, and it's third on the left.
Oh,
Walking down it.
that's the wrong one.
And he said, as long as nothing new has been built since the map was last updated. I would warn you to be not wary, but keep an eye on your purse strings in the Tris. It's a bit close to... I need another name. It's a bit close to... And he points at this area. The stack. It's a bit close to the stacks, and, well, a lot of the city's less savory people spend a good deal of time in the stacks. and the surrounding area. That's why it looks a little bit looser and more it would be the rougher part of our city, if you would. So, crime is not tolerated, but that doesn't mean pickpockets and cut purses don't thrive. So, keep a close eye on your gold. And with that, he motions towards you and have a wonderful day, and may Cord shine upon you.
Cord's a bitch.
One more question, my high lord, my high judge.
Yep.
Go
ahead.
Would there be room for me and possibly 3 others to stay if we so need it within the temple itself?
Aye, yes. How many? 4 total, that is?
Correct.
4 total, that is.
5.
You're
3,
outside.
if you want to exclude the one.
Oh, I wish.
I don't want Bob wandering around by himself.
I don't.
It's fine.
Well, that is...
Stay in the stacks.
I mean, it won't be as comfortable as any of the inns in the city, but that could be arranged if necessary.
Thank you, High Judge.
If you need lodging, speak with the guards at the door. I'll make sure that they know that you are to have rooms if needed, and they'll take you to them.
I bow.
Cree nods.
Holds out his hand and waves a little bit as you guys exit. Wait, wasn't Cree outside?
Yeah, Kree's outside.
But he went inside because he got sick of Bob.
He
Oh,
couldn't
did I
get
get inside or not?
No, you
No,
never
You
did.
did not make it.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I would
Literally
have spoken on your behalf, but I was too far in the temple.
Oh, for some reason I thought...
And before you
You
go,
guys
did
walked
you
out
have
the
any
front
questions
doors.
for me, young Kura?
I don't know, do I?
You could become a monk of Cord. Cord loves
I've been
monks.
very quiet
bad.
this whole
It's so
time,
hard
and
to
I feel
drive.
bad. I didn't mean to ignore you, young one.
No, I'm just here to listen and observe and take in what information I can.
Sneaky sneak.
Well, all right.
all inconsiderate.
Chase that information with a will. For only through adversity can you become closer to your goal. And only through that adversity is a goal worth accomplishing.
Cord.
Peace favor you, young Aarakocra.
Cock.
You're a cock.
Am I supposed to say something?
Aarakocra.
Is it like
And with that, he turns and he
He
makes
with
his
you?
way, and him and the half elf make their way to the side of the church that she had disappeared into.
On our way out of the temple, is there anyone in the sand pit?
There is not anybody currently in the sand pit.
Damn it. I'm
So
gonna...
I'm still outside looking at the guards who won't let me in.
But yeah, the guards look less than pleased because I'm still assuming Bob is still shouting things at the door.
Okay,
Bob
for
gave
some
up and
reason
now
I
he's-
thought the front doors back to them, and I didn't.
To be fair, Bob was around the side of the building.
Well, no, when we transitioned back to Bob, he was standing at the front. But now he's 3 buildings down, just preaching to anybody who'll listen about Fred.
Oh god.
Fucking Bob, man.
I'm
I don't
gonna...
even know.
I'm gonna kill Bob.
He's got a lot of work to do. He's got to establish a new religion in this land, okay?
Bob is just Jester.
Toyer and
Baby
Kura,
steps.
you make your way through the doors, and you can see the slightly vexed look on the guard's face, and you see standing at the edge of the road, still in sight of the temple doors, but where she can still see down the road, or he can, the most exasperated eagle Aarakocra you have ever seen. Like, only as exasperated as a bird can be, just feathers, kind of sticking the wrong ways, looking very annoyed, and he just points. And
So you heard the good word.
yeah, as you perk your ears, that's what you hear.
Guards, my good guards. The bird.
Yeah.
Fred loves you and accepts you wholeheartedly.
The bird is a friend of Cord, unlike the blue thing.
The blue thing.
Genasi.
Fred loves you, even if you do not love
He
yourself.
had some rather choice tidbits for Cord.
He
Fortune favor you for traveling with such a companion.
we must
Yeah, he
be
is very
tolerant
fortunate.
of all of the other religions and strive to overcome them through adversity.
He's still breathing, isn't he?
Only by the grace of Cord himself.
Exactly. Well, you should take him and get him out of earshot now. I'm kind of sick of hearing it.
Yes, we will.
Thank
You and I both.
I grab Bob by the back of the collar and I just start heading towards the tri-streets.
Here's Fred's number. Give him a call sometime. Okay, bye.
Oh my god.
All right.
Did you like drop a piece of paper or something like that?
Yeah, there's nothing on it. He
just,
doesn't even know numbers.
Cree
Just a-
stops and picks it up,
just a blank
Look at it.
card.
just completely bewildered.
I can just picture Cree just sitting there flipping it back and forth, staring at it for like 5 minutes, trying to figure out where the
Her
numbers are.
perception check it?
Yes, go ahead.
I think this should be an insight check.
Cree just pulls out a black light and is looking for like the
Insight
grade
or
school
perception?
hidden messages.
Which one should I do?
Do a perception.
Investigation.
That like lemon juice
It's a
drink.
blank
It
piece
is
of
a
paper.
two-sided piece of paper.
As far as
Oh.
you know.
Black light
Exactly.
We assume that
Lemon
Bob,
juice,
in your current mood,
heat.
you just assume that Bob is too Bob to have.
You can say
actually
stupid.
written anything
I won't be
on a
offended.
Piece of paper.
Bob is illiterate. He can't write.
Cree just stuffs it somewhere.
Ooh.
In his waistband. He stuffs it in his waistband.
Right, thank you for being more specific. For a second there, I was picturing something very inappropriate.
Somewhere.
He has, like, pants, kinda. Like, it's not like he's wandering.
It's a loincloth.
He's a
Yeah,
barbarian.
Yeah, y'all know my
basically,
cloaca.
He
Birds
stuffs
have
it in
those.
his waistband. Still not sure. Really confused. Thinks Bob's just fucking dumb. Bob is a Bob.
All right, you guys
Blank
are
piece of paper.
Just saying, Krieg just got Bob's digit show.
Ooh.
Hey!
Other
You
than
don't know
Fred's digits.
Bob's orientation. You never know. Or Cree. Don't know Cree's orientation. You never know. Words are hard. I've had an entire bottle of wine at this point.
If you were a duck, Aarakocra, I would be concerned, because I would probably get the shit beat out of me. While
I should have done a duck!
God damn it.
Okay,
I wish
that was
I was a duck! Oh,
See,
damn it.
I said this earlier during the storm because then your feathers would have been waterproof.
Fuck.
No one heard me.
Wish I was a
I
duck.
That's true.
I rhymed. And I'm proud. Anywho, so where...
Is
By
there
this
like a
point,
gender transition, but
Toyer-
for, like, birds?
and Bob are like 3/4 of the way to the tri-streets.
And Kura.
Cree is following.
You didn't stay behind to take care of Cree.
Bob broke Krieg.
She's a bird. She'll catch up. They got good sight and stuff.
In all my monkly wisdom and all my years researching, have I ever even heard of Fred?
Ooh, that's a good
Roll
question.
a religion check.
Wait, can I join that?
Yeah, go for it.
Being a man of the cloth.
I don't think Cree would even remotely know any. I'm not even gonna religion check. I don't think Cree would know anything. I don't think Cree cared.
Kura, you have never heard of Fred. You're pretty sure he is just crazy.
Can you tell Cree that?
I can. I walk up to Cree as Cree picks up this blank piece of paper. And I just put my, wing over Kree's shoulder, and I'm like, you know, I've studied these things, and I've never once heard of Fred. And I pat her on the shoulder and walk away. Him.
Heathen.
Kree nods.
Bob, you can't hear this.
Same.
Toyer, with your role, it's not so much that you've, like, heard of Fred. Fred isn't, like, a well-known thing, but with your role, it's less that you've heard about Fred and more of it seems like a cult to you.
Oh.
Less like an organized religion and more like a cult.
Oh yeah, it's a straight up cult.
That's your guess. You don't really know, but like in your experience, this kind of thing is definitely cult-like.
As I'm dragging Bob down the street, where did you find? How do I want to word this? Where did you first
hear the good word
find
of
Fred, my good sir?
Hold on, I had this ready. Hold
Oh
on.
God, he's
Hold
got
on.
back.
It's loading. Why is it so slow?
Wait, it's loading?
Stop.
What?
Oh,
No.
I mean, don't stop. I mean, look. Okay, hold on. Oh no, don't close it now. It loaded.
Don't
Stop.
stop.
Okay, hold
I'm concerned.
on. Okay, hold on.
Bob is rambling. Incoherent words. What is loading?
These things he's all saying out loud.
I hope so.
Okay. So I was just gonna look up the Toyer. I used to ask Fred to help me. Then I asked if I might help him. I ended up by asking Fred to do his work through me.
How did you find Fred?
who showed you the good word of Fred?
Faith is about trusting Fred when you have unanswered
Oh,
questions.
I hate him.
I only had time to find so much.
What? I would like.
Does he only speak in religious
Th-
quotes?
This is as I hope so. This is as we're
At least until I
walking.
get sick of this.
God damn it.
As we're walking, I would like to know
Or
more.
Kree kills you.
I would like. Oof. I would like to know more about Fred's religious beliefs and practices.
Fred will meet you where you are in order to take you where he wants you to go.
At this point, I just stop and I just literally lift him off the ground and carry him.
Whee! Yeah, at this point, Bob's lost his fucking mind.
All right.
He's too excited to be to this new land.
You guys make your way down this street.
Yeah, Miss Wallstern.
As you guys start to leave, the left side of the city and move into the more towards the center, you notice that on the left, the buildings stay pretty uniformed. At least, like, they seem more organized and cleaner, and the stuff on the right seems to start being a lot more like what once upon a time it probably mirrored it, but there's a lot more little hovels and shack kind of deals that have popped up in between and built in precarious ways on top of each other where like people have just added in their own houses. And the farther you go across the city, the more prevalent this becomes until you come to a place where you can see that the road splits into 3 different streets, the aforementioned tries. And the houses on these at one time were probably pretty nice, and what's left of those nice houses are still reasonably nice in comparison to the stuff that's been built around them. They really suffer like from a lot of slapped together log style houses or just even little shanties with like a cloth wall here and there. This definitely feels like a nicer slum if you had to put a like phrase to it. There's
So like nice trailer houses.
yeah, kind of like nice trailer houses.
That's where Jughead lives.
Oh,
And where I
It does
live.
appear as though a few more buildings have been built since the map had last been updated, so there are more.
but you figured that it's probably... Actually, give me an intelligence roll.
Who? All of us?
Whoever's looking at the map and deciding where you're going.
Not.
I don't think I have the map.
You know what? Fuck it.
I'll look at the map. I won't understand.
Because where on the map, you know, there's only 6 houses. There's probably like 20 on the street now.
I have
on
an
the west
intelligence
side.
of 8, and I still beat you.
What is that, intelligence?
You have an intelligence of 8.
Yeah. Got an 8 of 1.
Oh my god.
Actually, no, it's not an intelligence. My apologies. It'd be a wisdom. Go ahead and give me a wisdom roll.
Much
Yeah.
better.
So are we
Snap.
all looking at the map at this moment?
Yeah, we could probably all huddle around it trying to figure out
Yeah,
where
there
the
was a
fuck we're
moment
going.
where it was just like,
Still
alright
beat
guys, look at this. Anybody know where we're going?
Bob just points at the
Oh,
pictures and
no.
just automatically knows what they are.
Yeah, Bob's like, Bob looks at you guys and goes, well, it makes a lot of sense to me that, you know, if there were only 6 houses and he lives on the 3rd one, then it's probably the 3rd of the 6 bigger ones.
Whoever
Which is so weird because Fred doesn't know how to count either.
No, he was right.
I'm right.
Middle street on the left.
Oh, 3rd house from the left. For some reason, my left and right just got... What's the word?
Switched.
Discombobulated?
It's okay. I was in the army. I understand. Lefts and rights are hard.
Buffs?
Bob?
I
Buffs?
have a word in my head.
That's where words are.
Reversed?
This car's gross.
Swapped? Switcherooed?
Dima.
Penis wrinkle.
Damn it. Wait.
Mine
Foreskin.
doesn't have wrinkles.
Gooch.
Cloaca.
It's a word we use at work all the time. Shit, why can't I...
Oh,
What are
clitoris.
synonyms?
Yeah, clitoris. That's
That's the word.
How did you know? That's what I do.
You
Not
clitoris?
Really.
Yeah.
Verb.
For the internet to know I'm not a hooker.
Nope. That's
I work
headcanon
in
now.
intellectual property law, but, you know,
So is right, clitoris!
Same thing.
it's trademarked. I
Reserve.
can't think of the fucking word. Anyways, continue.
I want
It's
someone to
just lost
trademark
now.
the word clitoris now.
What was that laugh? I don't know. Continue. Please continue so I can move on from this.
And you guys make your way up to the front door. What would you like to do?
I don't know, knock?
Luckily, we don't have any viewers.
Whoa.
This is going on YouTube.
Okay, I thought we were, like, down at, like, the Tri-Streets. I didn't realize we were up at Fags.
No, we're at the Tri-Streets.
No, we're at the Tri-Street.
I knock on the door.
Who's
But I thought you only
doc-
docked at
Evrin's.
Fags. Okay, never mind.
Oh, Everin's family's. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
A couple, like, you know, 30 seconds go by, and all
Did
of a
we
sudden
have
you
a
hear,
last name for Evrin? Or surname?
Who has these belongings?
I don't
You took them.
I did?
I thought so.
Okay, I have them. Cool. We'll go with that. I
Dead
couldn't
guy
remember.
shoots at poker.
Sorry.
Everin, dead guy.
Taryn, I just want to say you are getting so much better at player bullshit.
I'm proud of Karen. Karen is a good boy. Continue.
and you hear a muffled coming, and then the door opens, and standing in the door is a... It's hard to tell. She's probably late 30s, maybe early 40s, half-elf woman
Oh no.
with red hair falling, you know,
Half-elf.
down almost to her waist. It's kind of wavy.
Species.
Blue-eyed, freckles. She's wearing kind of not like a super nice green dress, but considering the area you're in, it looks like a fairly nice. Like you can tell that her husband, you know, does good work on a boat.
Did.
And hi there. What can I do for you?
Are you a relative of Evrin's, the storm cleric?
Hi, Evrin is my husband. Why?
I
Did he send you to me?
In a way.
Cree
Cord.
brings up the bag of belongings and hands it to her without saying anything. Just, if a bird could have a solemn look, Cree would have it, but
I
Cree
feel like
is
birds always have a solid
bird.
Oh, and she nat 20 that perception check. So
Ooh.
she picks up on what you guys are. Your mood, real. What is this?
Cord.
Did something happen?
Cord's blessings be upon you.
Oh no. I'm
There
so
was
sorry.
an incident in your husband's last voyage.
What happened?
He
Is he
was
alright?
hit.
Cord failed to protect him, but
He was-
Fred avenged him.
I smacked Bob in the face.
Ow.
He was
Avenged. Sonny, my Everin's dead?
Cree nods.
he was the victim of a stray bolt.
But Fred avenged him.
I slapped
the
Bob in
takeaway
the
here.
face again.
I'm just gonna wait outside again.
You're all outside. She didn't let you in.
Bob, go keep watch at the end of the street.
I'm gonna wait outside the town.
Bob walks back to the port.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. Nobody's sneaking up on us.
God damn. We need more. I need more alcohol.
Same.
A straight, like it was an accident?
We're not 100% sure. The trial has yet to happen, but
Not the one responsible.
he is currently in custody and will be tried by court.
You pissed the
That's
baby
good.
off.
Hi. And she swallows hard, and there's her eyes appear on the verge of tears. And she kind of
Drunk me is on the verge of tears.
inhales deeply.
Shit.
And inhales
Different
deeply
tears.
and kind of looks at you with a fixed expression. And these
Lightweights.
are his belongings, then.
Yes, madame.
Correct.
Thank you for returning them.
It's the
I
least we could do.
Don't really have anything to give you at the moment for it, but
Don't
Nothing.
need anything.
Nothing
from you.
needed. Nothing needed. If you need
if
any assistance at all, the Temple of Cord will provide for you.
I know. This
I
was
will
always good
provide
to me,
more.
Evrin. Again, I thank you, but I'm gonna have to bid you good day.
Understood.
If you need anything, ask for Toyer at the temple. That's my name. I'm giving her my name. They will find me, and I will do anything I can to assist you in this terrible, terrible time.
All right. Good day to you. Court's blessings.
Court's
And
blessings.
she firmly shuts the door, and you think that you hear footsteps, but you're not quite sure, and then that's it. You're all just staring at a door, and
Then you hear a gunshot.
But with no.
Bob?
I'm a little dark tonight. I don't know why.
There's
Bob,
no guns.
Bob's just sitting behind us with a rifle.
Just tell me one guy. Just tell me one.
Crossbow.
It would be a
This is the guy we're supposed to be killing, right?
Fucking
It
Fred.
would be a bang. It would be a thwang. So,
An explosive
You
bolt
don't know there
crossed.
might be guns in this.
Percy is not here.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that if anybody knows if there's guns or not in this, it's probably me.
I was speaking to Livy.
Oh, okay. I was like, no, actually, in fact, I kind of do.
You would be the one.
Actually,
That DLC has not been
Researcher, so-
introduced yet.
Damn it.
Man, DLC. How much?
yet.
None's
We're
not here
even out
yet.
of the beta
Yet.
yet, guys.
There can be DLC for beta.
We're like in the middle of alpha beta right now. Like,
Oh god.
Yet.
I turn to my companions.
I'm writing that down. Yet.
I'm a child who plays in the street. I like to kick the ball.
I said companions.
I like to shoot
Who
my
is
gun.
this child?
I like to kick the ball.
Child, go find Cord.
I like to kick. And he kind of starts to fizzle as his shape starts to pixelate, and he hazes out for a second, and then he goes, "It's my turn to play tag," and he just runs off.
Fuck.
Toyer just shakes his head. We have room and board at the temple free of charge. Or we could find a local inn. I leave the choice to
as
you.
in all 4 of us?
I have
Or
secured
3 of us
room
minus Bob?
and board for all 4 of us. I cannot promise that Bob will not be slain in his sleep if he continues his slanderous nature
That
against
is
Cord.
not my problem.
But he has a place to stay.
Bob is near us, right? Or has Bob just wandered off and...
Bob's just standing across the street, head against the other house, just kicking the floorboards. Like, why is everybody so mean to me?
Oh.
Bob,
I almost feel bad if
Come
Bob
here.
wasn't a dick.
Bob, come here.
It's your challenge, Toyer, to teach him to be people.
Oh.
Free is trying to
Guard.
beckon Bob to come over.
Bob shuffles over all depressedly.
Bob, we need to speak on your tolerance for other religions and your timing for recruitment for Fred.
But I don't believe in make-believe.
Bob, we need you to just shut up.
That's what I was doing, and then you called me over here. What?
Bob, listen. We have a place to stay. Can you not slander Horde while we stay here? Please. With the utmost sincerity. Words are hard. Sincerity.
Row your boat.
Bob just takes a deep breath,
Over there.
considers.
Over there.
Fred
Freeze
is okay
holding
with
his
this.
breath. And then he nods. Thank
I won't
you.
stop recruiting, but I'll be nicer to those of other faiths, even if they are misguided.
Thank you, Bob.
Fair enough.
Tolerance.
By the way, Toyer, when are you going to switch over to Fred?
I smash him
Way
with my
better.
holy symbol.
Ow! That thing's sharp.
Do not patronize me. I'm twice your size.
Shop at you.
You know you're only 2 feet taller than me.
I'm 600 pounds.
Can we not?
Okay,
we
now
have,
you're 4 times my size.
We have other things to accomplish.
What time of day is it, DM?
You guys came in probably...
We came in at like 1 p.m. You
No,
said?
it was 1 p.m. when you asked, and you still probably had... So it's probably bordering on, like, pushing 10 o'clock in the evening. Like,
So it's just the right
not-
time for Toyer to get started on a diet.
It's not quite dark yet, but the sun is definitely starting to hit the
10
horizon.
p.m. And it's not dark?
Not here.
It's a coastal region.
Damn. I'm so used to living in South Dakota. It's dark by the time it's 4.
Yep.
I love coastal regions.
Oh man.
I miss the
Oh, I just
ocean.
disclosed my location. 0 fucks are given.
South Dakota is a big empty cornfield. If they can find
Fucking
it,
find
I'll be
Right?
impressed.
bitch.
If they can find you,
Gosh, there's all the cornfields out here.
I'd be impressed.
Whoever has the time to put in the effort to edit, just put in a transition of about 3 hours ago when this started to now.
If you can
Ain't
find
nobody
me,
gonna edit this.
I will give you nothing.
This is going up strictly raw.
What? You'll never fucking find me.
But yeah, so here, yes, it is. The sun is like
Wasted.
starting to set. There's definitely a big bright orange and
Yeah,
purple,
that's great.
yellow sunset happening, or just starting to happen on the
Spike.
horizon.
From
Okay.
Would we like to turn in for the night and start fresh finding these ferrets tomorrow?
Keep
Wasn't
in
there a
mind
guy we were
that
supposed
you
to kill?
guys have wrestled a storm today, delivered news of an unsavory nature to a widow,
Let's go to
and
bed
you've been
because
sleeping in
my
a
hit
hammock
points
on
are
a
already
boat
still
for
down.
about 2 weeks. So
We didn't get a long rest.
I wouldn't drink before we sleep. We
I
could.
feel like the Temple of Cord probably has
Bar.
liquor.
Alcohol's for sinners.
Listen,
I smack Bob with my quarterstaff.
Ow.
we could sit in the tavern, which is currently labeled Fag's Tavern on the map.
Cannon. Cannon.
We could keep our ears open while we have a drink.
Do you see these things? They're never not open.
Settle down for the.
I
Fair
could
enough.
catch a wind with these and sail a ship.
Great. We could sit in the tavern, keeping our ears open, catching winds from a ship.
Solid
See
plan.
if
You'll
we
need
hear
prayer, lads.
anything
Nice.
before we retire for the
I
night.
pat Bob on the head.
Eh?
Pat?
Pat.
Aw.
I've given up on you.
We're
All I
gentle.
was asking for was recognition.
I
We recognize
recognize.
you, we just don't acknowledge.
I recognize your choice in deity, and I will not belittle you for it.
The only deity, yes.
I smack him in the back of the head.
Oh,
There
no,
is
it's
a
starting to turn me
full
on.
pantheon.
Bree is gonna separate from the paladin sorcerer, scuttle over to Kura.
The birds have to
Pantheon.
Fuck these religious nuts.
While they're talking, I'm going to sit Bob down and explain the entire pantheon of deities to him.
They're
Kura.
not make believe,
What?
but in fact, people talk to and use magic.
That one's fake. That one's fake.
What are your thoughts,
That one's fake.
Kura?
Oh, Fred? He's real.
Let's go to the bar.
Go to the butt. I am perfectly
Let's get the
content.
hell out of here.
Do we want to tell them we're going to the bar, or shall we just go?
I'm pretty sure they heard you. Maybe they'll get there in time.
Kree starts walking to the bar.
Same.
Hopefully with Kura in tow.
Yep.
Using the map, you guys make your way up north towards the next corner of the city and make your way to the Fresh Ass Goat Shit Inn.
Fresh ass goat shit?
I need to come up
Is
with
that
an
what you
acronym.
said?
Yes, the
Is
Fresh
that what
Ass
I-
Goat Shit Inn.
I wasn't sure if I fabricated that in my head. Did you?
Yep, I needed an acronym and that's what came to me. Yeah,
Fresh
Ass
Ass
Goat Shit Inn.
goat shit. I'm writing this down.
It's already in chat, me too.
Thanks. See?
Fresh ass goat shit. Hell yeah. Now let me make an arrow to
Oh,
that. That's where we are. We're at the tavern that's marked on the map, correct? And it's called the Fresh ass goat shit.
Bags in where?
what?
Yes.
Fresh
Thanks.
ass.
Oh my god,
What?
I get
Bags
Oh my
in?
god, why did that take me so long to register?
Fucking Libby.
Because you've had an entire bottle of wine.
I've had an entire bottle of wine and I need more alcohol. 'Cause I ain't done for the night.
Yeah, I broke up.
Whoa! My
Turn.
connectivity to my brain
Oh.
is not functional.
I'm
Probably
gonna
don't need too much more because we're almost done for the night.
make a perception check to see if I notice them leaving.
Can I roll a stealth?
While you're explaining all, yeah, go ahead, roll stealth. You're trying to sneak
I'm
away.
gonna try to sneak that away from this.
But with that natural 20 he just rolled, I mean.
Nope. She
No?
beat me.
Damn.
You don't notice that Kree begins to edge away, but you notice that,
Gotcha.
Damn it.
Kura begins to follow.
Taryn, you can do it however you want, but normally a natural 20 is an automatic success.
Not for skills checks.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, I
You
mean,
can do it
Technically.
that way, and a lot of times I'll go with that, but especially since he has a +0.
Yeah, I do.
Like, I'm gonna go with the book roll on this.
that 20 is
But as
strictly
you're
a 20.
explaining the pantheon of gods to Bob and trying to like get him to understand the need to be a bit compassionate and tolerant of the others and not quite so openly hostile so that we can get along with everybody, you notice Kura begin to make her way down the street. And because of that, you also notice Kree. And you notice that they're heading in the direction that had previously been mentioned as being one of the places that the cerulean ferrets hang out.
Bob, do you at all understand what I'm trying to explain to you?
how far away are we?
Yes, that you have an active imagination and
I didn't
haven't heard of Fred.
Said at this point, probably about 100 yards.
Okay, Bob. Just in the future, when discussing other deities with people, especially in places where the military is falling
Fred has
under
its own military too.
but the places that we're at, when the military falls under, other deities, including Cord, maybe just keep your personal opinions quiet, because I'm not gonna defend you and they're probably going to kill you.
But they don't keep their personal opinions quiet.
They don't
They follow a fake god.
belittle you and attack your religion.
I mean, that's because they haven't heard of Fred. I mean, once they hear of Fred, that's going to change.
Okay, I walk away and I follow the two birds. And I just pinch between my eyes and shake my head. And
Even though Toyer doesn't realize it, Fred has taken his words to heart and realizes maybe he's been a little too passionate about the word of Fred.
I just whispered, Cord, give me strength to overcome this challenge.
Yes, my imaginary friend, give me strength. I mean, let's go to that tavern, right?
I
Are we at the
pat
tavern yet?
I pat Bob on the back on our way to the tavern and say, we'll become friends yet, Bob. We will.
Just as soon as you follow the teachings of Fred. And I pat Toyer on the back and walk into the...
Alright, so you all, Kura and Kree, you find yourselves into the fresh ass goat shit inn.
God damn it. Fuck.
Regret this already.
Wait. As a side note, I have a 10% off coupon for Rammstein tickets.
Oh my god, what?
Yep.
Why?
That's like
Where did
$12.
you get that?
Vivid seats.
10% is only $12. It's $120.
Yeah, but 12 bucks is 12 bucks.
$12 is $12.
And front row seats are $170.
$20, but I'm not a man, so I can't. Anyways.
Kree's a man. Well, a male bird.
I like that one more. As fresh as goat shit.
Taryn, I'm just telling you right now, fresh ass goat shit in is gonna be like how, never mind, I forgot it.
Is the floor
Good job.
in this tavern hay?
No, it's wood.
Okay.
It's polished.
It's gonna be like the sex toy shop from our
Oh,
one
no.
shop.
India with
Oh,
the
jeez.
polished cow shit.
Oh no.
Anyways, so Kura and Kree,
Alright, you
I
guys
rolled the R in my name. Kree.
Kree.
Kree, not Kree.
Cora's having a bad effect on you.
Kura and
Kura.
Kree.
Kura and
Welcome to your
Kree.
heritage.
Oh,
As
She's,
you approach,
you're just learning your ancient language.
It's a squat one-story building with a, that looks like at one time it had badly been painted white, and the paint is really faded. You have to do kind of a double take as you read the name of the inn, which is actually written on the board that says Fresh Ass Goat Shit Inn. And there's a picture of a goat, and it's taking a dump.
I'm so glad this happened.
You push your way in through the door, and you come into a
I
surprisingly
need you to make a
considering
sign.
outside usable inn, though it definitely looks like cleanliness is not one of their like former qualities. There's probably a dozen or so tables scattered in no particular order, all of which are harder wood,
Chocolate emoji.
maybe oak, maybe something along those lines. None of it's really sanded to be smooth. It's all rough hewn. Stools dot the place. There's a small bar set in the back with a single door behind it, and behind the bar is a burly half-orc woman who kind of just squints at you as you come in, and welcome to the inn.
Fred, bless you.
Court staff to the back of Bob's
Can I
head.
get you something to drink then?
Is it just the two birds there at this point, or are we
you guys
caught
are
up?
not quite there. You're about halfway there.
Okay.
Kree looks to Kuda. What do you want?
I want you, big boy.
Bird love.
Tweet, tweet.
You want it? Let's do it.
Something strong, please.
Ride it. Micrograph.
Ah,
I'm vamping Pony by Genuine. Anyways.
welcome to the goat shit inn, where the ale is as fresh as the goat shit. And I just went back into.
Kree's looking at Kuda, waiting.
Something strong. Well, we have a lot of that. And for you, Eagle Fellow?
Same.
How do you tell the difference between a male Akura and a female Akura?
Males are
Cockroach.
usually more
Sounds like a
colorful.
You don't.
But Kree is white and gold.
That's not very colorful at all. Are we talking
Gold,
like
bitch, I'm flamboyant as fuck.
bronze gold or like
Token hope.
gold?
Like
Like do
fucking
you
Olympic medal gold,
do you, like,
bitch.
shine in the sun? I'm not there
Hell
yet.
yeah.
I'm
Shine
not,
bright like a diamond.
I'm not there yet. Never mind.
Free poop.
Anyways,
Oh,
Kree will get the same thing Kuda is getting.
Well, that's good, because there's only really one kind, and that's strong. All right, here, and she sets them on the bar in front of her. If you need anything else, my name is Bodice Deep.
What?
Steve?
balls deep.
I heard.
Dip.
Taryn, I am so proud of you.
Ballas Depp.
Yep, Dip. That's right, Bodice Dip.
Sleeves are bullshit.
I can't even write. Ballas Depp.
Well, Libby already typed it.
Dip.
I like that spelling.
Ball S Depp. Johnny Depp's. Depp.
Not.
Anywho.
All right, and she sets them down in front of you, and you guys turn and kind of survey the inn a little bit. And there's not a ton of people in there right now. There's a couple of guys who are slouched over the table and look like they've probably been drinking for the better part of the day. There's a couple more who are talking softly over mugs. Some of the about half of the few that are in there look like regular townspeople, but there's a give me a perception roll.
You two.
What did I
We're
do?
not there yet.
gonna ask for
Just
perception.
Kura and Kree.
Did it work? Did it? Oh.
Yeah.
damn it.
You
Wow.
You beat
Wow.
Kree.
Kree, I was just looking at Kuda. Like, hey! So girl!
Um,
The drinks were
I
a
need to
little
lower
too
my voice.
strong.
Hey, what's up, girl?
right. So nothing about the people in there really stand out to you. And about that time, Toyer and Bob, you make your way into the Freshest Goat Shit Inn.
Cree sighs very loudly at the sight of Bob.
Hey, Toyer.
Yes, Bob.
Do you think that F stands for Fred?
Yes, Bob. I do. You should go
Fred
ask.
I have heard of Fred.
You should go talk to the bartender about Fred.
Good idea. Bob goes to the bartender and talks about Fred.
Cree tries to motion for Toyer.
I,
Toyer only!
as
The
Bob
bartender
is
listens to Bob
trying.
talk for about 5 minutes and then finally looks at him and she pulls back the ale that she was going to offer him. You've clearly had enough of this, so why don't you just go sit with your friends over there and
What do you mean? I don't even drink alcohol. That's for sinners. By the way, this is a sin house. Thought you should know.
yes it is. We're big on that here.
Ugh, you got a sin voice. I'm just gonna go back to my friends.
That would be a very good idea. Thank you.
While they're having that interaction, Toyer goes over to Cree.
All right.
Cree looks at him. Anything interesting?
He doesn't listen very well, but I think I might have gotten through to him just a little bit.
Guys, I think I finally found a place that Fred does not want, and this is it.
Just pinch
You can
my
leave.
fingers
Feel
and
free to
shake my
leave.
head. Maybe not.
All right. Bob and Toyer, give me a perception roll.
Oh no.
Cree is gonna have a nice long drink.
Hey!
I thought that nat 20 was me at first.
That's 2 nat 20s on perception in a row.
That works out.
+0! Woo!
You notice that near the far wall of the bar, 2 of the people who are in there drinking, they don't seem to be dressed any differently than anybody else, but they are definitely eyeing you guys up. Like, you get the feeling that they definitely realize that you're new faces, and that they are sizing you up as probable marks.
They want to get some strange.
I kind of just...
They want some burb.
Sorry.
Don't make me roll it.
Oh no! No!
Nope, I want you to roll it.
No!
Because they will poke and hope it doesn't poke back.
We're level 1. Maybe we're too early for a bar fight.
Stop it.
No, we're doing a bar fight.
Toyer just
This is
kinda...
what Fred is all about.
Toyer takes his
But
morning...
you didn't notice anything.
Toyer takes his Morning Star and kind of just... Not slams it, but takes it by the head, the spiked head.
Brings attention to it.
Yep, and just kind of taps it against the wood floor and sets both hands on it and just looks back at them intently.
Their eyes go back to each other, and they, kind of give that innocent, like, oh, no, we're not looking over there, kind of look. Yeah, the ceiling is a very nice shade of green today.
I look back at Cora and say, it seems we have drawn attention. Not Cora, Cree.
Cree looks back and said, well, there wasn't
You
much
are, I
attention pulled until you two arrived.
I tend to do that.
You're an elephant man thing.
Do you think I should go
And
talk
I'm
to
a
them about
bird.
Fred?
Man thing.
Yes, Bob. Please do.
You're actually letting me go talk to somebody about Fred?
Yes.
Please go. Talk to someone about Fred.
Give
This
me an
feels
excuse
weird. I
to
don't
hit
even know if I
someone with
want
my
to do
Morning
this
Star.
anymore.
We're
Nah, I'm kidding. I'll go talk to him. All right. Bob walks over and goes talk to him about Fred.
Bree gets a sigh of relief.
Have you heard the good word?
Good word of
I
what?
thought we didn't want to get in a bar fight.
The word of Fred.
Obviously, you don't
We-
know chords.
I don't know the
In a
word,
bar
but
fight.
you know it's a word.
Bob
Somebody's
may
gotta
be
what?
in a bar fight.
Who the bloody fuck is Fred?
Fred, God. You know, the God, the only God, the real God.
I
Fred.
never heard of him.
Well, then you're just ignorant. But it's all right. I can teach you about Fred. And Bob pulls out a stool and sits down next to him. All right. So, what do you want to know?
Wait.
I'm gonna
Wait.
stop you there.
Wait. Bob carries a stool with him.
That's surprising.
I think he pulled out his stool from.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, you said
I'm
pulled
the dumb
out.
one here, not you.
He just has
Chill
a
out.
stool.
Stool in his back
to his-
pocket.
Pull it back a little bit.
You said pull out, not pull up. Which means you had a
pull out, because
stool.
normally stools are kept, they're pushed under the table. So
Yeah.
you pull out the stool from under the table.
I have an intelligence of 8. Just making sure that's
I
known.
don't feel bad, mine's not much.
8.
What's my intelligence? I don't even know.
Fred,
Better than 8.
what do you want to know?
+2.
I have -1.
Random NPC, what do you want to know about Fred? I know it all.
I'm gonna stop you right there. Why don't you just go back to your friends, buddy? We're not.
But you were looking at us. I thought you wanted to know about Fred.
Well, does Fred give us money for signing up?
Well, no, it kind of goes the other way around. If you want to sign up, you got to give us money so we can build a temple here in the new land.
Fresh out of coin. So I guess we can.
You know what? Tell you what, Fred will go ahead and front you this one, but next time we're going to have to see a little coinage.
I'm not gonna have it next time either. I get the feeling. So.
Oh, no, I mean, you got the wrong idea. I mean, it's not immediately. I mean, you got a couple weeks to get the money together, but, you know, eventually
Take a screenshot.
you are going to need to pay up.
It's probably not gonna happen. So you should probably just
Just
piss
text it
off.
to me.
Well, then why were you looking at us?
Email it to me.
We weren't.
Whatever.
No, you were. My friend said you were looking at us because you were interested in Fred, so I'm here talking about Fred. You know, Fred. He's
I
awesome.
want to know why
no.
we were looking at you. All right, fine. I'll tell you. If I was to look you in the eye and tell you that you being blue and having hair that's blowing in the wind, even though we're inside, is the least weird-looking motherfucker sitting over there.
He's
Wow.
right. He's not wrong. Wait, can we hear any of this?
So,
Give me
Hold
a
on.
perception roll.
I'm gonna.
while that's happening, are there? I would assume there's tankards all around us, correct?
They've each got one that they're holding on to. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm talking about at other tables, like say 20, like
No.
20 feet away.
Well, maybe like at other people who are holding them. There's no
Unattended.
unattended. Thank you. Unattended mugs anywhere.
What about anything that weighs 5 pounds or less?
cantrip.
Oh no, it's a first level.
Oh,
Candle, maybe.
a candle.
You know what? Fuck it, it works.
gonna
It don't
put
matter
out
what
a
it is.
candle?
So first of all, I'm gonna send that.
Oh God.
And the
Candle gone.
one I'm directly talking to is the one who's gonna get it. So that's a dex. Oh wow, he got lucky as. Wow, 2 ones.
Oh wow, you
DC
can cast that from any 60 feet. That's awesome.
Yep.
Oh,
And
Well-
he's gonna take a DC saving.
we're getting into a bar fight.
As this, you
Bob's getting into a bar fight.
flick your hand. The
Cord
candle,
says
like,
that I have to join.
the candle holder that it's in fly across the room and almost slap into his head. He manages to like duck his head at just the just the last moment, and it slaps against the wall, and he stares at you wide-eyed like, "What the hell was that for?"
I don't know. Apparently this place is haunted. What the hell? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you should, seek protection under our Lord and Savior Fred.
You know that you spoke the words, and
pointed at us, right?
Oh, you mean these words? And activate again.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Oh, we're level 1.
Ooh, I rolled a 14 that time.
Damn it. That means he dodged.
This time he's more than ready for it, so he dodges it again and he looks at you. What? Do we have a problem here? Is that what we were saying?
I mean, kind of. I'm kind of out of spell slots, but,
Oh.
And Bob looks over at Toyer. Hey, Toyer, you down for this?
Or ignore him.
Even though Kree hasn't even been addressed, Kree is shaking his head. No.
17 hit your AC.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't take mage armor like a dumbass.
God damn it.
Alright, now I want to do this. A bar stool. 1d6 sound fair? I think so.
I mean, it's...
It'd be an improvised weapon.
Yeah, normally it'd be an improvised weapon, but I mean, you're the DM, you can say it's a D100 if you want.
Do it.
No.
It'd be the mythical bar stool of bar land.
So his buddy,
38 damage.
without you really seeing it, just
So I died like
hits
3
you
times over.
across the head with a bar stool, and you take 2 damage and fall off your stool. And he kind of looks down at you and he goes, "All right, are you gonna keep casting magic at us, or do I have to hit you again?"
Tell you what,
Seeing this, Toyer stands up, grabs his Morning Star by the shaft, and just watches. And if they attack him again, Toyer's gonna join.
And the other one eyes you a little bit and motions towards his friend to calm down. You hear from across the bar, "That's enough! There won't be any of that in my bar!"
Bob stands up and pulls out a quarterstaff, and he's like, "You know what? If you want to step outside, I say we have a friendly little spar. And if I win, you start serving our Lord and Savior Fred. And if I lose, well, what would you like? What are you after? Why were you staring at us?" And, like, for anybody watching, Bob's face just becomes weirdly serious. Like, nobody's seen his face get this serious before.
He looks at you and he goes, well, for starters, you attacked us twice before we responded. And second, we were looking at you because one of you is a large Luxodon, of which we've never seen before, and 2 of you are Arago something or other bird folk, again, which we've never seen before. So, again, with the original point of you being the least weird part of our day so far.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, go ahead.
Kree ducks his head under the table and takes another drink.
I can't hear.
He's just not having this.
Can I
He
hear
is
them?
definitely telling the truth, Bob, but at the same time, he's probably not saying everything that he, Nothing he said was a lie, but he definitely seems to be leaving some stuff unsaid.
Alright. So I see you're an up front fellow, telling it to me straight. Deal still stands. Fight, you lose, service Fred. I lose, what the fuck do you want?
I'm not gonna be serving Fred ever. Look, I don't care if you want to worship an onion in a field and call it Jeff. That's fine.
Jeff, that would have been a great name.
Don't give him any ideas.
But, I don't really care much for any of it, so I'm good. And no worries, boss, we're not getting in no fights.
You're a follower of Cord, aren't you?
No.
Just like I thought, y'all pussies. And Bob walks away.
And you guys notice as they kind of eye him warily, or not warily, but angrily. But you hear Ballas' voice cut across the tavern. You ferrets started enough trouble in here. That's enough. I won't let you stay anymore if you don't knock it off.
I know he started it, but it ends now. And they
Bob
kind
walks
of
up to
grumble and they nod and...
Bob walks up to Toyer and gives him a wink. So I did good, right?
You did, Bob. Now sit down and let me take it from here.
You got it, boss.
I walk over.
That whiskey went down the wrong hole.
Oof. I walk over to the two that he was just having a scuffle with.
They look up and they eye you, clearly done with this whole interaction.
I apologize for my uniquely gifted friend.
Hey, he said I'm gifted.
You said you're a friend.
And...
I overheard the owner of this establishment refer to you as a ferret.
You see both of them get a little defensive. And what of it?
I have heard that you guys can get stuff done in this town.
Damn, he all about them burns tonight.
Depends on who's asking and how much coin they got.
I'm asking more on the other side of the spectrum and wondering if you have any work that would possibly require a person of large stature and immense strength.
Bob leans over to Creep. What's he talking about? Aren't we supposed to be playing that?
Cree shakes his head and takes another drink. I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, I'll just go ask Toyer.
Not seem to notice that question.
What?
Well, I don't know what your size has to do with much, but I guess we could ask the boss and maybe meet you here tomorrow. See if he has any work for you.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Alright, well, we'll put in a word with the boss. You have a good night then.
I nod and I return to the table with the other three. This whole time, Cora's just been sketching in her little book.
You're welcome.
Oh, did we lose the D?
No, she's there. She's just sketching in her book.
Oh, okay.
Literally and figuratively.
Alright, and so you guys, how long would you like to spend drinking?
I'm pretty content with one drink and heading to bed because it's been a long with Bob.
Bob does not partake. He just constantly and continues to what's it called when you try to change somebody from one religion to another?
Convert.
Yeah, he tries to convert the rest of his friends to Fred. Nobody else in the bar, just his friends.
I stay sober
Heavy
and
stress on the word friends.
I babysit
Alright.
Bob.
So you guys spend probably about an hour where, Fred is gently trying to persuade all of you or Bob is trying to gently persuade all of you to give Fred a try. He's a good guy. You can enjoy him a lot. And,
He's all about them flaming hot Doritos.
I do like flaming hot
He's
Doritos.
cool. Yeah.
That's a
drinking,
pretty
just relaxing
solid.
for the first time in a few days with the floor isn't pitching and rolling beneath you.
I do not miss the boat.
And then, as you all start to feel tired, you have the decision to make. Do you trek back to the temple and look for the free lodging, or do you try to find rooms in the freshest goat shit inn?
I'll leave it to my companions.
Lodging.
Free lodging?
Both have lodging.
Yeah, maybe.
Free one.
We don't have a whole lot of money right now.
All
Yeah,
right.
What should I
30 gold.
owe
I'm going for the Temple of Cord. I mean, I'd like to scope out the enemy. It's all good.
Bob, they will throw you out if you continue to slander Cord.
Nah, it's all good. I'm stealthy. I got a disguise.
What do I owe the innkeep for Kura and Kree's drink?
You walk up to offer to pay, and that'll be 6 copper for the lot.
He's buying a drink.
That'll be 6 copper for the lot.
Kree gives her the 6 copper.
Both of
All
those
right.
things I must do.
Pleasure.
Also, this.
Pleasure doing this.
Oh no,
I
that
bought the
paid for that.
computer, you
This.
bought the tablet.
This.
That's yours still.
Yeah, it is.
I was
Pleasure doing business with you. Have a good night.
Cree nods and walks back to the group.
Alright, so
At
you
the
guys
Temple of
make,
Cord.
yep, you guys make your way back to the Temple of Cord and you talk to the guards at the door and they show you across the street to what appears to be almost like a small barracks, and then you're led inside and given 2 different rooms. Each one has 2 beds, a small washstand, and they point to a bathroom at the end of the hall.
Bob calls a room with Toyer.
Toyer sighs and
Oh crap, I forgot. There's 3. I forgot that
3 males and 1 female.
yes, the 3 of
Wow.
you get to share.
4 males and 1.
Both
Well,
people can fit
1
opposite
is
the room from each other.
3 males and 1 female and 1
No
nobody
purple,
really knows.
And you guys snuggle into a bed that for the first time is solid beneath you and not rocking with the gentle motion of the waves. Sinking into the fun, more surprisingly comfortable mats that they have set out for you and fall
Bob
asleep.
cuddles Toyer's trunk.
Before we go to bed, I want to find Kura.
Find what?
Kura.
Yes.
Alright.
Kura.
Yes.
Bob's just passed out clinging to Toyer's trunk.
I just carry him along with me as I go. How much do you weigh?
Cree is
Like 140, I think.
Oh, that's
Something
too
like
much. I can't lift
Cree
with my
is
trunk.
sleeping. Cree is curled
Regardless.
up and asleep. He's done.
I just kind of throw him over my shoulder as he cradles my trunk. I've noticed that you...
115.
I can lift 85 pounds with my trunk alone. That's besides the point. I've noticed that your chosen lifestyle as a monk have you ever considered joining the ranks of the followers of Cord?
Oh no.
Do you
Oh no.
Bob just mumbles in his sleep, "You motherfucker," and then comes in closer to his trunk.
I just kind of lightly tap him in the back of the head and go, shh.
Ow.
Many monks find a very successful home among Cord.
Oh yes, but you see, I am not in pursuit of a god. I am simply in pursuit of knowledge right now. And as knowledge would have it, I'm aware of many other gods. It's just too soon for me to settle on one.
Okay. I just know that many monks find a very suitable home among Cord, who, I mean, for a god of adversity and storms, is not against the pursuit of knowledge.
Well, thank you for thinking of me.
I leave it at that, and I return with Bob to our room. And I kind of...
Cree is asleep.
quietly, I try to be quiet as to not wake Cree. Kind of just slide Bob off my trunk onto his bed, and in the process kind of slip one of the pillows into his arms as I push him off my trunk.
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand for me.
I'm gonna fucking just wreck this. Not good.
Yes, Daddy, please.
Yep, no. Not good.
You go to slide him off your trunk and you're struggling, so you're having to push harder and harder and harder, and you accidentally kind of just fling him onto the floor.
Acceptable. And I lay in bed.
Ow.
Bob does not wake up, it appears.
So Bob sleeps on the floor. As the rest is me and Cree take the 2 beds in the room.
And you all fall asleep, comfortable in your first day in the new frontier. And that's where we'll end.
Hey!
Yay,
Fuck
hooray.
Fred!
Fred's great, guys. You really ought to give him a shot.
Fred's growing on me.
Pick up next week.
Fred's kind of a stick in the mud.
He is kind of a stick in the mud. I don't know if I can follow a deity that doesn't allow alcohol.
Yeah, that's not.
I don't know if I can follow a deity that has the same name as my cat.
Hey, the Egyptians made a very successful religion off of following cats.
Yeah, but my cat is a dunce. Honestly.
I mean, the
Just-
Egyptian
just
religion
saying.
didn't do very well, so maybe a correlation.
Pretty sure they did pretty good for quite a while.
They did decent for a little bit of time.
I mean, they built
Fucking
shit
love.
that people still marvel at.
'Cause of slaves? Mostly Jews. Mostly Jews did that building. I'm just putting that one out there.
Well, yeah, but they just did the heavy lifting. The Egyptians
This is your Lord and Savior, Fred.
That's true. The Egyptians did the architecture, but the Jews made it happen.
You're awesome, by the way. I just like to point that out.
What was that?
I said, Libby, you're awesome, by the way. I just saw the goat shit in.
I just put it in the group chat. I didn't.
Sorry.
Oh,
Oh, I suppose you've been watching me make it.
yeah, I've seen it.
Wait,
Come
make
to
it
its
or
fruit.
naked? Because
Watching. Whoa.
Can't be both.
Making it.
Nice.
Come on now, y'all. They're engaged. It's appropriate.
I was gonna say, how did you know?
Congratulations, by the way.
I don't have a camera on.
Thank you.
You don't? I thought you did.
I think you took it off.
Oh, do I? If it does, it's just like the bottom of my pool table because my laptop is out there.
I'm just saying that's what Fred looks like.
That is kind of what her Fred looks
That is-
like too.
That is a respectable Fred. Let me see if I can find a picture of my Fred, actually. I'm sure.
His name's Little Shit. Because we got him when he was a kitten, and
Wow,
I
I
was
know
like
our
16,
names.
and I wasn't original with names. He was a little fucking bastard piece of shit, and I figured Little Shit was the nicest of all the names I could have given him.
That's my Fred.
Oh, dude.
It's an all-white kitty. He is all white, long hair, absolute dunce. And I love him. And this is Sanguine,
Oh,
aka Pooba.
Pumbaa?
Pooba,
Pumbaa.
Pumbaa's
which
bad.
is actually Pooh Butt, because when she was a little baby kitten,
Oh no.
she was only 4 weeks old when
Oh, wait.
she was thrown in a snowbank. Someone found her and we took her in.
Poor
And
kid.
well, she was not very well pointed back. Pooh. She would have poo all over, so we called her Pooh Butt, and it just transferred to Pooba.
Okay, so I don't even think I told Val or Taryn this, but so how I got Little Shit was my mom used to work at the prison in Sandstone, and she was leaving work one night and saw a kitten next to the fence and said, "Fuck it, I'm taking him home," and brought him home. So basically my cat is an escaped convict.
That's fitting, actually.
Oh yeah.
It
Yep.
wasn't about
Would
that
have to
prison
be.
life.
Oh, here's a better picture of Olive Fred. There we go.
Olive Fred.
Fred. Olive Fred.
Ah, he's so master race.
He is effing cute as fuck. And he's a naughty boy, and I love.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, you guys, level 2.
Oh.
Oh! With turning in that quest, you have enough experience for level 2.
I think I just got another. So. By the way, Taryn,
Yep.
I want to apologize because I know what it's like, but that's also why I'm doing this and being such a shitbag with Fred.
Oh, that's all good.
Just to make it harder on you.
But it's perfect. I absolutely.
Ah! I have divine smite.
Oh my god.
I have 25 hit points.
I do.
Yeah.
I do
get
not.
another spell. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm using D&D Beyond. I don't have to open another site.
Nope.
How did you level? Okay, I'm assuming go to builder.
No. Click on your.
Okay. Hold on. Let me back up because my
Click on your
internet's
picture.
slow.
On your picture.
Yeah, if you go to your character sheet, there's a
Manage
drop down
levels.
next to your character name. There's visual.
And then it'll be like a
Alright.
1
Clothing.
in this area here, and then you'll move that to a 2.
Oh yeah, Taryn.
What?
So have you heard the good word? I'm just saying, if I get the DM to believe in Fred, we'd be good.
Do I need to change my?
I don't know why this stupid app keeps changing all of your guys' like keeps erasing your guys' information from my phone.
I don't know, but I'm sending gifts to my cat. So everyone can see how cute Fred is.
Alright, Kendra, you've been renamed in my phone.
Have?
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
Because for some reason
Well,
it changed things.
Oh, I can change my spells at every long rest.
So now you're Kendra Pep Nips.
Oh my god, yes!
Because there's
I
like four,
approve!
because there's like 4 Kendras in my phone, so.
What the fuck?
I know, right? I didn't know any, and then college happened, and it was just like, well, okay.
I've met like 2 Kendras in my life, and I don't know anything other than the name. Like, their name is Kendra, they're all brunettes, and they all have just like me. They're like duplicates of me, but I doubt they're as shitty as I am.
I doubt they're as awesome as you are.
I don't know, it's been several years. I was who knows?
Okay,
They are
what-
now.
How do I? Is there anything that goes?
It could be everything I wasn't.
So you get to roll your hit points,
A dunce.
which is a
Is that through
D8.
here?
No, you'll do it like in
I
roll
have to go
20.
back to the.
But hold on, don't do it yet. Scroll down.
I get sorcery points.
You finally get your key points. You don't get any more proficiencies yet.
No more gifts of my cat.
And then you
I have
get
a gift of a
unarmored
goose.
movement. So now
My
your
parents'
movement
goose
is
pet.
10 higher than it was
Fuck
before.
geese.
Is it applied
Ornery
automatically,
little
or do I
bastards.
have to go?
How dare
No,
you?
that's-
Oh, I can't send
You
this
get-
gift.
Dude, I got mean bugged by a duck the other night at work.
So if I
What?
go back to my.
So I was checking an apartment complex for a car, and this apartment complex is built by like a man-made
You have
pond.
to roll.
So they have a shit ton of ducks, and I was in the drive leaving the apartment complex going out onto the main road.
Yeah, you're not
And this
speed
duck
is
walks
35
across the crosswalk,
instead of 20,
waddles
so it's
into the middle of the driveway to where my car is, headlight shining on it, and it just stops and it
Hold on.
stares at
You're
me.
a monk.
So then I honk the horn, and it doesn't move. It just stares there and stares at me. So then I start creeping forward with the car, and it finally starts waddling away as slow as it possibly can, still staring me dead in the eyes. Like I'm pretty sure a part of my soul got stolen that night. That duck was a dick. No, I don't want a multi-class. Not yet.
What? Oh, fuck.
It's Taryn.
What was the guy from the first campaign that worshipped
Read
the
again.
ducks?
Oh, that's the guy who played Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
He was Tyrion's bodyguard.
No, he becomes that later.
Yeah, well,
After the
he is
meeting.
now.
Kendra hasn't met him yet, though, so don't talk too much.
Okay. Never mind.
Still first
Look at
level. Can
My
I get this
headset's
guy's
cutting out.
Oh, good, because Val was giving spoilers, so.
Yeah, I heard something about Tyrion. That was it. I just heard Tyrion.
Oh, then you
I
good.
was okay.
Okay, so Taryn, do you want to know like what we take when we level up, or no?
Sure.
Okay. I thought I knew what I wanted, but then I
Doesn't
saw
have
these
to be
other
tonight, though. It can be, like, you can just send me a Discord message.
things.
Or we can talk about it next week.
If we play next week.
Plus
We're
dex.
playing next week.
Hopefully.
It's gonna happen.
I give advantage on dex saves against effects that you can see will not blind it deaf.
1d10.
Alright, Taryn, I'm taking shield.
Okay.
And aside from
7.
yeah, other than that, all I get is my font of magic, which gives me sorcery points, which I need to look up on how that works because I've never played a sorcerer.
Just leaves that douche canoe.
Also, just putting this out there,
23 hit points now.
like the whole Fred thing is mainly me just trying to give Terrence shit to help him practice, you know, like
Dealing
not
with
getting
shitty people
flabbergasted by player bullshit. So once that gets too far, just let me know and I'll reel it back a little bit.
Oh, did
If
you
it
do
gets
the
too
hit points
far, Cree will drop you
No,
off
you need
the
to roll
front.
a
Don't
1.
worry.
Shit.
Don't worry, bud.
I thought we were already headed to the
Yeah.
farm.
Go into roll 20 and roll a d8.
one? Yep.
Like, hey Fred, look at that windmill, isn't it nice? Yeah, because, you know, I'm a Jin. I'm an air thing.
Arakakra.
No, I'm a wind.
You're
Oh.
Air Genasi.
Taryn,
That would...
What?
can you re-roll 1s on hit points?
Yes.
Re-roll.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought the hit points were.
Oh yeah. Wait. No. You don't have to roll for them. For this one, we're just gonna do max.
Oh, never mind. Just add 8.
Sorry.
Had to
I was
go
gonna
back.
say, that's what I had it set as. That's what Darren told me.
Yeah. No. You're right. You're right.
And we're taking a long rest,
Thank you
right?
for the reminder. Yes, you're taking a long rest.
Thank God, that 2 hit points and my spell slots. I really
no.
needed those back. You know what? You know what? You hurt me sometimes, but I love it.
Fucking manual
It helps being a masochist.
class.
Well, I was about to say, well, emotional, but then I realized, no, I like the physical
I have
aspect of it too,
26
so-
hit points.
I have
What?
25.
Damn it, you're higher than me.
Paladin.
Wait, what are your hit points?
26.
40?
26.
Oh.
I get 1.
I'm illiterate. Leave me
I
alone.
got a 1d10.
This Bob.
What do
Bob's sitting
barbarians
over here at
get?
16.
Oh, I suppose because my constitution might be
Okay.
higher.
I think I just realized my mistake. I'm playing a sorcerer, but I pissed off my teammates, so nobody's going to protect me.
Yep.
No, there's nothing bad that could happen because of that.
Never.
Taryn, I don't believe you.
Squishy.
Wait,
Squishy.
what are your hit points?
16.
No, not yours.
Mm.
Mine infinite. I am the DM.
No. Oh my god. The barbarians.
25
Your constitution modifier is only +1?
plus 3 Constitution modifier.
Well, you should have 24. 25, 20, you should have 27 hit points. Because it's your hit dice are a d12, so every level should be 12 hit points.
Taryn!
I don't know.
Apparently the military taught Val how to math.
I was good at math, fuckface.
Weren't you cheating off of my algebra homework in like the 7th grade?
Whoa. This just went back.
Did we have the same algebra class in 7th grade?
Yeah, Mr. Flagstead.
No, I sat next to Taryn because he almost got hit in the face with a ruler. Yardstick.
That could have been 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 11th grade, or 12th grade.
No, Mr. Flakestead did not make it into 10th, 11th, and 12th grade.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah,
died
sadly.
not our senior year, but he died our junior year.
I had reckless attack.
Yeah, that's right. I was at
Was it our
CLC
junior
when
year?
he passed
Eighth
away.
grade English. when
He
it came
he
over
passed
to
away in our senior year, wasn't it?
No, it was our junior year.
Junior.
Junior.
Because I had finished his last class, and I thought that was my junior year when he
It was-
passed.
No,
I
because
would've had him
he
for
passed
now.
away when I was still in Minnesota, and that was 11th grade for us.
Yep.
And then
Oh, which means I was done in
After-
math in high school and 10th
Yeah.
grade.
You didn't.
Yeah, for
you
12th
didn't
grade was
have
when I went to
math our
Michigan.
senior year.
Yeah, I did
Math
junior
was an
year, but
elective.
he taught it the whole time. So
Mhm.
it must have been 10th grade then that I did pre-calc.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah.
had him 10th grade geometry.
Pre-calc. He taught.
Yeah, I had him 7th grade algebra and then 8th
He's the
grade
only reason
But
algebra.
if you were in
I
10th
passed
grade, you would have
two.
had him for
Just
geometry.
had me come in after
11th
class.
grade was
No.
pre-calc and
No, it
senior
was
year was
pre-algebra, then
calculus.
algebra, and then I had.
ninth grade.
What was his? Mr. Olson? Was he the boring ass
Did it right.
math teacher?
Most places
Yeah.
do it
Yeah,
algebra 1,
That's when I started
geometry, and then
dropping off
algebra
because
2. Our
fucking
school did
Olson was
algebra
so
1,
fucking
algebra 2,
boring.
and then geometry. So geometry was 10th grade, pre-calc was 11th grade, and then senior year was calculus. I took calculus. I know this.
So our 8th grade was algebra, 9th grade was algebra 2, 10th grade was geometry.
Libby, weren't you like a grade behind us?
2.
3.
2 years.
2. But,
Yeah, 2. Yeah.
so he would have been
Cradle
in
robber.
pre-calc our 11th grade year.
Oof.
Yes.
My girlfriend
Yeah.
in high
That's
school
what
was the
I'm
same
saying.
age.
That
And
was
he
his
also
last
taught
class.
Geometry
Yeah.
for 10th grade.
But he died our 11th grade
Yes.
year, so Taryn had him for pre-calc.
Pre-calc. Yep.
I'm
Are we
confused.
still
We're
That's
saying
still
different
that
things.
still pisses
I'm
me off. He was the
We are
best
saying the
teacher
same thing
there.
different ways.
Yeah, he was.
Still streaming.
Yep. Did you fix your hit
Yeah,
points yet?
that's another thing I noticed about you. Fucking left in the bit where I fucking got all fucking deep and dark and shit about my personal shit.
I
I mean, don't bother me.
I
but
told
just
you
thought,
guys
oh,
before
fuck,
we
you didn't
started.
ask.
I told you guys before we started that I was live streaming this.
Yeah, but by the end of it, I was drunk and forgot.
Yep. I'm not cutting anything out because this shit is quality content.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit.
Learn all the things.
Did you fix
I
your hit
I
points?
just wanted to ask because I was gonna say something. Maybe the internet doesn't need to know this information.
No,
So,
it's too late. It's
I
already out there.
mean, none of our Val,
I don't remember what
Val
I
and
was
Olivia,
gonna
they
say.
both put their real fucking names in there, so you guys are fucked. But the rest of us are good.
it's really not hard to figure out my name. It's Kender. Like, come on,
He's still
Kendra.
streaming.
I'm going down.
He's still
Kender.
They're yelling.
Yeah.
No, Kender, like, no, it's Kender, like you Kender a fire, you know? You put all the twigs and stuff together and you light it,
No,
Kender a fire.
no.
Fire Kender.
One of my really good friends.
That is not a thing.
I'm trying to help you, and you are making this very difficult. You are making this more difficult than it is for me to sell Fred to people, okay?
Yeah, well, you
Bump that up
did that to yourself. My really good friend gave me the nickname Kender, and he is still bitter that I use it as my gamer tag.
That's how we roll.
He's like, no, now everybody calls you Kender. It's not
You get
so
a
special
D8.
anymore.
Per level,
So it looks
level
like I
2
got jealous.
16 basic points.
Not
He
the
is
Great
jealous.
Onion, is it?
Huh?
It's not the Great Onion, is it?
No, that's Brandon. I'm talking about Yezin.
Oh, gotcha.
So, Tara and Val, you know what's funny? My username, Zacharias,
Yep.
that was actually a character I was going to put in that story that I lost.
Yes, it was.
And never actually got around to putting it in.
Once you
Because I
decided that
lost.
Wing wasn't quite creative enough.
Yeah, I mean, the coin slot got pretty old. So, I was trying to think of something different. Yeah, that's only something me and Taryn get. Maybe Val, if you ever paid attention, but I doubt it.
I didn't know.
That's an
He's
old.
taking a
that's
I feel like an outsider.
That's an old joke. Oh shit, that's a throwback.
I don't want to hear it, Kendra. Fucking Taryn sitting there talking about seeing you naked and shit.
I don't remember him seeing me naked.
I don't remember the times he's seen me naked either. But, you know, I roll with it.
But I have
Figure at
been
least if somebody appreciated
drunk a
it.
lot in college, so it
We're
doesn't
not drunk. It happened where you live now.
Hey, don't feel bad. I drank a lot during what should have been my college years, too.
You know, I trip around nude a lot, so, you know, it really just doesn't surprise the point. The amount of people who have seen me naked now, I think outnumber.
And like I said, I didn't see any. You covered yourself just fine. But
The internet knows all of this now.
So, Valentine, you'll get a kick out of this. So, like, 3 or 4 years ago, I had a house party at my place, and I decided to make drunk Jenga, where I just bought a Jenga game and wrote just, like, drunk things on it. Like, you know, If you pull it, you have to take off an article of clothing, or you have to do this dare, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But
You have Jenga.
also, on top of that, I made the rule that if you play it and you knock over the tower, you have to do a dare that the rest of the players decide on. So we're playing this game, and somebody who came over brought absinthe. Never had absinthe before.
Oh, no.
Drank way too fucking much of it. So I lose the game, and everybody's like, you need to go outside streaking. So I'm like, alright, bet. So I take off my shirt. That's already torment enough. I stand up to take off my pants. I drop them down to my ankles. Go to step out of my pants, trip, fall forward, face plant into my coffee table, and then lay on the floor and pass out. Next thing I know, I'm waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, and everybody's asleep, and there's just a pool of blood around my face.
You've told me this story.
Oh shit.
I'm proud of you.
Do anything with you that just left you there?
Karen,
It took me 3 days to find my shirt. I like that
Karen,
shirt.
it's too bad you didn't stay with Jer during the summer I met him.
Right?
Because, like, third night I spent with him.
I missed the whole oven mitt. I
Beer
missed the
pong
whole-
after midnight, and I couldn't hit the table for my life. I was down
The
in my
table?
underwear and got grabbed by a lesbian, and I tried to ask for help, and every guy was just standing there looking. Nah, be cool, man.
I would watch.
I mean, it's hard to feel
I
bad for
didn't
a chick
find
being
her-
groped by another chick.
I didn't find
Just
her
saying.
cute, though. That was the problem. She was a scary girl. Like,
That adds to, the excitement. Like, oh, this bitch could wreck me.
Oh.
But I'm safe,
no, she was
right?
smaller than me. I could put her in a headlock.
Level 2 now.
Out,
Oh,
but I
you
didn't
mean
want to
crazy
do that.
scary.
She was like crazy scary.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
But no, Jer was on the other side, and he's just like, I don't know what you're talking. I don't see the problem here. I'm like, I see a huge problem. Girls
Yeah.
freaking the fuck out.
Yeah.
Help!
Yeah, it's
I
those
always
little
told
tiny
him to be
bitches
like,
you
hey,
gotta
if you're
worry
gonna
about.
do anything on the weekend, text me so I can come back because I work an hour and a half away, but I can make some weekends work if you text
But
me.
no, Jer never fucking told you, and now I'm, years
I just
later, I'm
realized.
mad at him for not calling you. We had so much fun.
I know.
I was.
And I might have had a shot at Amanda before Wyatt got there. I'd have fucked it up, but
Possibly.
at least I'd have had that shot.
You'd have clammed up in the last minute.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, Taryn. You remember that one time you went to the college party with Nick?
Yes.
Hodina?
Yeah, with
Hi,
Houdina.
what's your name?
Uh,
Hi, I'm
that was-
Taryn. What do you do, Taryn? I'm in college. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Why?
I still don't like Hodina, just for that fact that football party where he paid a dude $1 to rack me in the nuts so fucking hard.
A
I am
football
still
party?
so fucking salty about that.
I don't remember what we're talking about.
Way to hold a grudge over a cup check.
No, it was like this dude, like we were in.
We hit Jesse in the ball so hard, they split in two, and he had a third one.
Oh.
Well, Jesse was a
We
fucking
won that way,
beat.
but-
But no, this was like in 7th or 8th grade, and no, it was that year that I drove my dad's truck to the football game. Remember that, Val? And then I gave us a ride to the dance, and then I gave you a ride back to your house.
Yeah, vaguely.
That Ford Ranger.
Yep.
Yeah, it was that night. So that had to have been 9th grade then.
Yeah, because we were licensed.
But no,
At least
were
vaguely.
licensed.
Yeah. That's right, you didn't get your
I stole my
license
dad's
yet.
truck that night.
Yep.
But no, like this dude, like he was a senior, and Hodina paid him $1 to rack me in the balls, and he came out and just straight up uppercutted me in the balls and lifted me up. Like I was a heavyweight kid.
Who was that?
At least over 200 pounds, and he lifted me off the ground with that uppercut. Oh. Where's Hodina live? I want to kick his ass.
He lives down by Tony.
Fucking 10 years later. Where's he live?
He's in
Like,
the
I'm
city
legit. I want
somewhere.
to kick his ass.
He's down by Tony somewhere. That's all I remember. I haven't talked to.
Where's Tony live? Like, St. Cloud?
He
Malacca?
lives by Taryn's mom.
Taryn, where your mom live? Go ahead, tell us on stream.
Sounds like a loaded question.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't. You know what? I'm just
Probably
gonna.
stop
I'm gonna stop the
streaming
stream here because we're getting into conversations that we probably shouldn't